that? Yeah. Oh, that's the jizz alarm then, I guess. Kane is alive, Undertaker!
Do you have any classic razzle?
Choose a finger.
They came like a bolt out of the blue to discuss everything in geekdom. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the attack of the 50-foot nerds.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live recording of the attack of the 50-foot nerds. Make some noise!
I like
Fucking hell.
Jesus. Thank you, the Harlem Globetrotters. Welcome back.
Harlem Globetrotters, local rugby team, it sounded like.
Yeah.
It was
I don't know, I thought
it was the Warhammer guys at the back.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It was your business, wasn't it?
You can come again.
I think one of them screamed the blood of the young or something. It just
John
got me
Must has
right
gone,
up.
Monsters Inc!
I was going to say I thought I heard at least one orc.
An orc or Uruk-hai?
Yeah, there was an orc.
No, orc. O-R-K.
Yeah, there was one.
okay.
Was there a
Absolutely.
morgue? Oh, no.
Oh,
No? Okay. Welcome to the Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds podcast. It is episode 80, and my name is Mike Bell, as it is every month, unless it's a month where it's something else, which doesn't normally happen. And joining me on this podcast this month, I've actually got more than just Doug here, but we'll get to him in a moment. We're going to start on my left.
Hello, it's Amara. I'm back. Blood for the blood god!
And on the right-hand side of me,
Hello, my name is David Warrington.
hello, David Worthington.
I'm a bank manager from Scotland.
Okay, nice to have you on the show. Do you know what happened to Paul? Because he's still not back from last month, apparently.
No, it's me.
I sold
It is
him my
Paul.
workers.
I'm in disguise.
Oh my God, I didn't recognise you for a moment because you were Scottish.
He only had one pair of sunglasses on.
It's because when he put down that bowl of porridge oats, that's when I recognised him.
Add salt on it, not sugar.
No.
Like,
We
guess
can
that-
harvest oats.
And on my far right,
stop saying far right, I'm a skinhead. You can't keep doing that. I'm a business owner.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Like, you're gonna
And
start
on
me.
my right, stop
You're
saying
gonna
far
you're
right.
gonna you're gonna start me fighting Doug in the middle
Yeah,
of a
she's gonna
podcast
go-
at some point.
Look, we were talking about this before. I had enough far-right stuff this time last month, and that's the
We're not
only
talking
thing
about
I'm
that.
going to say on the
Hey,
subject.
saying about having fights.
No, Amara's going, go on.
Saying about fights, we were literally just outside. Me and your missus were outside before, and we saw people getting into a fight, didn't we? They were literally about to have a fight outside. Some fella just ran up to another one fella and said, "What are you doing beating up my mates?" and started chasing them down the street. It was fun times. Warrington, good.
Yeah, sounds like Birkenhead as well. To be
Well,
fair.
yeah, to be fair, yeah. Well, are you going to say something then?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we do a show every month. It's called The Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds. This is it. You're listening to it. Well done. So what have we been up
Hello,
to?
Myanmar.
Yes, Myanmar, you are existing
Myanmar, we are in you.
in your ears. So what have we been up to since last month? We've done a fair few things, to be honest with you. I'll tell you what. Before we get into what we've been up to, should we talk about what we've got coming up? Because
If you want.
we've got a very
Sure.
busy time for the Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds over the next
We
few
are
months.
fucking
Yes,
busy.
indeed.
Yes, we are. So at the end of this month, we are at the HalloCon Horror Convention on the 29th of October at Liso Castle. We'll be there all day podcasting, and I'm going to be hosting a screening of the last Amityville movie, that horror movie where I am in.
Awesome little venue because
Also
that's,
known as
that's
Last
where Kath
Action
and
Mirror.
I had our wedding reception and spent our wedding night. It's
You
great,
spanked
great.
your wedding night?
Spent.
Oh. You were spent
I'm
after
away.
your wedding night?
I'm away for a. Oh yeah, well. Yeah, not in front of the child.
What board
I
game
would
did
hope
you
he
play on
wasn't
the-
there.
What board game did you and your missus play on your wedding
I'm
night?
not having that conversation while my 16-year-old son is in the room.
I just assumed you were playing board
Why?
games or something. Like,
Because he'll heckle you.
Yeah, when he was 15, it was fine, but now he's 16.
Nearly 17.
I know, yeah, it's crazy. What else have we got coming up? We'll save the big one for a minute.
beg your
I've got
pardon?
another convention at the end of November. I believe it's the 26th of November. We are appearing at Sectorcon, again over on the Whittle at the New Brighton.
Decepticon.
No, that's the Transformers convention. This is SectorCon at the New Brighton Floral Pavilion on the 26th of November, as I say. We'll be there throughout the day doing podcast stuff, hanging around, chatting to people. If you're there, come and say hi.
Yep.
Well, then in February is the next scheduled convention appearance. We've got the Liverpool Anime and Gaming Con. We're going back there.
Back to Aintree.
Yeah, back to Aintree Racecourse, 4th of February, which is going to be an interesting day because we're there at the main stage, 3 o'clock, and then we're back here in the evening for our actual main monthly show.
Yeah, that's
going to be a busy old week, busy old day for us.
Yeah.
I do have one more show in the works for early next year. Can't really say too much about that until it is all locked in. But it takes, let's just say we're going full circle on something. If you know of and are familiar with our history, we're going back. We're going back. That's all I will say.
We're going back to the future, Marty.
That's my voice too. Unbelievable. I'm not going to do it right now, though, because you may hear that at some point in the future. Just hear it.
The future.
There is one other thing that I need to mention, though. It is quite a big thing for us. On the 11th of November, we are going to be performing an edition of the 50-Foot Throwdown, the game show spin-off of the 50-Foot Nerds, at the Hot Water Comedy Club in Liverpool at their brand new Blackwater Market venue. This is like huge for us. Tickets are on sale now. We would appreciate anyone who's listening to
We've
this.
hit the big time because fraudsters are trying to rip off people by trying to sell non-existent
We've
tickets.
had weird comments on our Facebook saying, "Oh yeah, I bought too many tickets for this. If you want to buy one off me, then message me." I'm just like, no, because the tickets weren't actually on sale when you messaged that. But whatever. This is huge for us. So if you're in the Merseyside area, then please do come to the show. Tickets are on sale now at hotwatercomedy.co.uk. It's £9 per ticket plus booking fee, but it's going to be a really good show. I'm putting it together at the minute, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Amara and Paul are definitely going to be there. Doug is trying to work out.
I'm going to do my very best.
He's going to do his very best.
Because that is a massive bucket list thing. And it's got to be
I've got someone else who's definitely confirmed. I'm not going to mention as yet, though. And then we've got one, possibly two other people who may be able to attend as well.
The Harlem Globetrotters!
Yes, yeah. Sweet Clyde and Saltwater Dixie. I don't know his name. They're all going to be there. Bob the basketball man,
Bob the basketball man.
they're all there.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, he's going to be there as well because with his Superman tattoo on his arm, going, "Look, I'm a comic book guy. I've got a tattoo. I'm steel." Like
And then just to make it awkward, we're going to get that Big Shaq guy that did the "Man's Not Hot" song. He's coming as well.
Who?
Man's not hot.
Is he not? Is it Mr. Freeze? Is he cold? It's cold as ice. Willing to sacrifice his love. Come on.
Never mind.
This man's not hot. He's cool. You're not going to send me to the corner.
Did you not hear that song when it came out?
No, because I don't listen to the modern musics.
Yeah,
because
I can tell.
I'm not down with the kids and the boom boom pals and the what have yous. That's not proper music. Real music had real words like Ying Tong Yi Lai Po. That was a song. That was the Goons.
Yes, it was.
It was the Goons. Yeah,
Ying tong, ying tong, ying tong, ying tong, ying tong, ying
yeah.
po.
Or ooh ee ooh ah ting tang walla walla bing
I'm
bang.
going to have to get the racist gong out in a minute. Please stop.
Witch Doctor, yeah.
Yeah. And so on Maya he, Maya ha, Maya ha ha. Proper lyrics.
Mana.
Yeah, music you could dance to. Back in the old music halls, the tea rooms and all that kind of gear. Anyway.
Not been dancing since Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah, well, he got married a long time ago. Where did he come from?
I don't know. I don't know where he went either.
Shame. Wow. We'll never know what happened to Cotton Eye Joe. Anyway, so what have we been up to in the last month? I'm going to start with Amara. What have you been up to?
Okay, so if you can't tell, the new Cyberpunk expansion came out. Thus the mask.
Mm-hmm. I thought you were just trying to be one of the demons from Spider-Man PS4. Mr. Negative's, minions.
No,
yeah.
I've never owned a PS4.
Yeah.
No, this is one of the Tiger Claw's Arasaka masks.
Cool.
I've been working on band stuff.
Sorry, I've got Coke this month, not water.
It's fine.
I'm not apologising to the listeners, not you. You can get fucked.
I mean, That's what we did that time I came over for pizza, remember?
Do you know what my name is?
Do you know what my name is?
Margarita.
What? No.
You said
Margarita.
pizza.
Yeah. Oh. No, my name is Meat Feast.
Deep dish. Yeah. Anyway.
No, so the new Cyberpunk expansion, Phantom Liberty, came out. Mm-hmm. I've just been non-stop playing that.
I read the news story this week. Apparently, Cyberpunk
2077.
Yeah. Apparently, it's been optioned for a movie, and they think that Keanu Reeves may play Johnny Robot Fingers or whatever his name is.
Johnny Silverhand.
That's the one.
It would make sense, seeing as he played it in the game.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. No, you're beautiful. That's where that was. Yeah. That was all that thing.
I know they've they're working on a live series. I presumed that what they were going to do for it was kind of like they did with Cyberpunk Edge Runners, the anime. So it's completely different.
Just that, but live action, basically.
Like a different set of characters with like a few.
Speaking of animated characters coming to live action, we may talk about that in a short while.
Yeah. But so that's been out. Also, I've been working on one of my bands, which is like very cyberpunk adjacent, which is the other reason I got the mask.
Right.
Doing stuff like that. What else have I been doing? Not much. The only other thing I have to say is Rishi Sunak is a cunt.
Yes, absolutely. You can get in the bin, Rishi Sunak. You and your entire government.
That's the other thing to say.
Fucking knobhead. Doug, what about yourself?
Oh man, we've done all sorts. We have had lots of massive drops. So Pokemon 151 came and went like a hurricane. It was
and I was
insane.
literally talking to you about that before, wasn't I? I was saying,
hurricane.
I might get some of them, and you were like, no.
Disney Locana, been and gone again.
That's a weird name, Locana.
I know it's about it's about law. It's about
okay,
law. So you don't battle, you
law
quest.
and Arcana. Yeah, okay.
You don't attack, you challenge.
Oh, of course, yeah, because Disney, you're not allowed to fight.
You don't go to the graveyard or you go to the discard pile. So, but it's a fun game as well. We have had a lot of fun with it, and we've got.
Which game was that? Sorry,
Locana.
Disney Locana.
Yeah, the new.
I mean,
game.
I imagine.
I'll sell you 4 of them in a minute.
I
imagine
because it's Disney, it's kind of going to bring in a new audience.
Yeah.
For
Absolutely, 100%.
Games of this kind.
So people are coming and playing card games for the first time. They've never bothered with a card game, but because they're massive Disney heads, they just want to be involved in it. So
it's a bunch of Disney adults
you
coming
get
in.
a lot more girls as well with it being. Sort of
but you know, it's more. We don't. With Locana, we've not had a lot of kids, to be fair. It's just pure nostalgia.
Oh, right.
And the wonderful thing about the actual physical card is, so none of them are screenshots from any of the movies.
Oh, it's all
all
original.
brand new art.
If it's the Queen from Snow White, somebody has now had the opportunity, because anybody who drew that is long gone.
Right. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So they were fighting over the opportunity to draw these characters. So you can see the love that's gone into it.
There's
as
that
well.
new animated short that's coming out. I think it's Once Upon a Time or something like that. It's called. They're basically taking all the animated characters from every Disney movie that's ever been and putting them all together in this one short, kind of like Roger Rabbit style, to celebrate 100 years of Disney.
Come on,
it's going to be on Disney Plus soon. It's in front of I think it's Wish, the latest Disney animation, and it's going to be on Disney Plus, I think, by the end of the month.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that.
Sounds fun.
So, yes, we've had all these wonderful products. We've had one of the busiest months we've ever had. Lots of new people coming into the store.
I bet you next time there's a Kingdom Hearts games come out, I bet you there's going to be huge tie-ins with that.
There's got to be. There's going to be
definitely.
packs. I mean, Disney owns Star Wars. Disney
owns
owns Marvel.
Of course, you're going to have
this is going to
Mickey and all
it's
that
got to happen eventually.
Yeah.
But the characters that we're playing with at the minute, we're playing with Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Maleficent, and things like that. And even
I watched that
like
movie. I wouldn't
Captain
mind playing
Silver,
with Maleficent.
which was like, oh my God, look at that.
Call me when there's a Captain EO card.
I'm looking.
Play with me, children. Play with me. That's a deep cut.
I'm looking.
Well, another thing that we've had in the store. So I've now got a badge maker. So makes little tiny badges out of the cards, so kids can come in and say, "Oh, I'd like this, but made into a badge, please." And I went on a badge making frenzy. You don't get yours. Pick one. There you go.
Oh, I'm going to have Amara then, aren't I? Yeah.
And then Amara
you've
gets
got to have
that
me. Oh, you've got to have Paul. Yeah.
So what Doug has given
Okay.
us are badges of our fellow 50-foot nerds. So I've got Mike.
I've got Amara.
And I've got Paul.
You don't sound too impressed.
And I got.
I was trying to figure out whether
I've got a rock. You know?
Yeah,
That
I was
is
trying to
going on
figure
my
out whether it
lapel
was
right now.
Paul, our fellow co-host, or Paul Ramon.
Oh yeah, that's shit.
Yeah, and
it's
that's what's been happening here. Do you know what? I've just been sat here waiting for you lot. To be fair,
sorry,
it
mate.
feels like it's been ages.
I know. I was just saying that when Paul
only
turned
been
up.
a month.
It feels like it's been forever. But as he mentioned, you know, him and Amara weren't here in person last month, so that's probably it. Sorry, I think I put my volume slightly too high. Yeah. So that's that. As for what did we do? No, we need to do you now, don't we?
We need to do me now.
Yeah.
Busy times for me. I am in another play.
Oh,
My third fucking play this year.
Oh, my days.
It's like some people get to a certain age and they buy.
you get there before the rest of us.
They buy a sports car. In my case, I get to a certain age and it's like I'm going to be in as much amateur theatre as possible. So
Emphasis on amateur.
So and fuck you very much. And that's the sound of my son, the aspiring actor, giggling in the background. So back at the Little Theatre with the Carlton Players in Birkenhead. That's who I did Weird Sisters with earlier this year. We're doing.
No, I won't go there.
We're doing Some Mothers Do Have 'Em.
Oh, Betty.
Yeah, Betty.
Bop da ba da da do bop. You know, music with real lyrics.
Yes. But yeah, stage adaptation of the very famous 70s BBC sitcom. The stage version was done with Joe Pasquale as Frank
Contains
Spencer.
90% more scorpions.
Yeah, and as I kind of alluded to at the beginning, I'm playing a Scottish bank manager by the name of David Worthington. Hello,
Oh, is that
Frank.
who showed up earlier?
Hello, Frank. David
where's
Worthington.
Paul gone? Where's Paul gone?
Pleased to be here.
Where'd that porridge come
And
from?
it's like
Put down that caber.
Quaker
So,
Oats jump scare.
I'm very much having to learn my Scottish accent.
When are you going to start? I said to Paul earlier, I said, there's only one sentence you need to learn how to pronounce to have a Scottish accent, and it's, where's my grandson?
Well, yeah.
Open-handed slap.
You know, so
Where's that plane?
exactly. So, you know, who
But
knows?
yeah, so
Course you
I'm
cunt.
I'm busy with rehearsals on that. That is the 13th of November to the 18th of November. Tickets on sale soon. This time last.
I hope you don't have a run through on the 11th of November.
No, we don't. I made sure that we don't.
Good.
That's just going to be a fucking busy weekend for me because we'll be rehearsing more or less every day otherwise. So it's like rehearsal Friday, thing on the Saturday, rehearsal Sunday, last rehearsal Monday, and then we're on from Tuesday onwards. So yeah, that's going to be fun. This time last month I was in Derby at the Hooverville Convention.
Derby, no?
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
Derby.
the
hope you got
Hoover
consent.
convention.
Hooverville was great fun.
Did you meet Dyson?
You know, James, as we call him in the trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, Jeremy?
Yes, Jeremy. They're
Yeah.
all there, all the Dyson brothers.
Yes.
Basketball Bob Dyson, he was
yeah.
there as well.
One of the highlights of the weekend, because
The guy who invented the shark vac.
one of the highlights of the weekend, Joshua was with me, and
Henry Hoover.
Steve Rupert, they were all there.
immediately cornering Sophie Aldred and showing her a photo of her and Joshua from like 10 years
Right,
ago,
someone-
when he was like very, very tiny, and it's like, oh my, and she was like, oh my God, we have to take another
I
photo
remember,
right now.
I was there.
Yeah,
I
you
was
were.
there.
So we got a photo of the two of them together, and he's towering over her now.
Demanding money for some reason.
But no,
Has the Liverpool sniffer got a protege now?
bam.
He messaged me. Jenna Coleman's been announced for the convention, and he tagged me in the comments going, sniff. I was like, jeez.
Oh dear. And then
Fucking creep.
shit. There was something else I was going to mention, and now I've forgotten what it was.
Can't have been that
If
important.
it helps, I've remembered something that I need
Okay.
to mention.
Okay.
But So it's another thing that happened, but it isn't technically my story. It's Connor's. Connor's here, by the way.
Hello, Connor.
Hello, Connor.
Do you want to tell the story, or do you want me to? Okay, I can tell it. Right. So basically, from what I heard from him was when it was his birthday, all the way back in February.
When he was 18, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
When he was 18. Fucking.
It is an 18-rated show, by the way. So yes, you're 18.
18.
Oh, okay.
Same
Sure.
as Joshua's 18 as well.
Like 18 spiritually.
Shut
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
But so
Aye, order.
apparently his nan sent a birthday card to, like, I don't know how she got the address, but sent a birthday card to David Tennant to get signed for him.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Shit.
And
The tenant's care of that blue box.
Yeah.
Space and time.
yeah. And like it didn't come until fairly recently. But he got the card back that said like
nice.
"Happy Birthday, Connor" from David Tennant, and also because like it was like just the card, David also like put one of his self like photos, promo photos in there and signed that as well.
Oh, no. And where is he? I thought you would have brought it with you to show us.
Yeah, Connor's got it.
Have you got it?
shit.
Come on then.
Seriously?
Approach the
Approach the podium.
the bench.
So yeah,
That is so cool.
That's cool.
That's nice. That
What a
really.
Yeah,
nice
David-
dude.
Oh,
yeah, David Tennant's the best.
he certainly is.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Awesome.
Joshua,
I'll just remind you that
Joshua
my
had a
40th
photo
birthday's
op with
coming
him
up next
once.
year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was that.
Cool.
Awesome. Okay, what have I been up to then?
Yes. What have you been up to?
So, okay, it's
Being
been a
racist,
very
apparently.
busy
No, I'm
month.
joking.
No, it's been a very busy month. Danielle's not here this month because she had surgery recently. She had a gallbladder removed, so she's feeling very, very tender
Oof.
right now. So she had that, and then basically
You're
we
both competing to see who can have the most surgeries.
well, no, we've been to the hospital recently because we're going to be attempting a family, shall we say? So
Finally, catching up.
so so one of the things that we went to do is
She's already
to make
vetoed
sure
the name
that,
Luke.
no, it's to make sure that we're both in a position to have said children.
Yep.
So I had to make friends with a small plastic cup
Hey!
at the hospital, which is
Fair enough.
interesting.
Next time you do that, ask them for
Which
two.
is next time?
Ask them for two. You want to make it interesting. Can that cup bring
Can
a
I
friend?
bring a friend?
Do you have any classic razzle?
Oh no! I got put into a small
Yeah.
room, a small dimly lit room.
Do you have any
With-
pictures of a horse? Just throw them for a loop.
Well, oh no.
My name's Mr. Hands.
Or did you just have to rely on red tube videos?
Well, I got taken into a room and I was told, okay, there's a television on the wall. Here's a remote control. Just select USB 1, and there is content on there. A number of video files for you to peruse. The thing is this room is off of quite a heavily used corridor. So, as you can imagine, there's a lot of people walking past, which makes it very difficult to concentrate on the task in hand, as it were. So,
Literally.
so yeah.
Well, that's
that
where
was-
what you do is is there a, well, I'm presuming there won't be a window in the door.
No, there wasn't. There were headphones on the wall, and it said you can use headphones for privacy, but there was no headphone jack on the fucking television.
Whose privacy?
So basically, it doesn't put me off.
Yeah.
So volume-wise,
I like the idea that they're there, that it's like not to plug into the TV. It's just
put
like
on
noise-cancelling
noise-cancelling,
headphones.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
got the telly on like 28. It's like, you know, no. Yeah, no.
All the corridor can
so,
hear is
yeah, there was
is
no. There was no I'd say headphone socket. So I had to just have the volume on low.
How
but there's an interesting
how ironic
selection
there was no jack hole to put the jack
Exactly, yeah. There was an interesting selection on that USB. It was very much mid-90s shot on VHS erotica, shall we say. Yeah,
in. It's what the
it was
NHS
basic-
can afford.
it was weird.
It was just basically they'd got a DVD of Eurotrash. And
Oh,
gave
no,
you
was
that.
it-
no.
w-
It was actual,
Hello,
you know.
my name is
Was it your
Undercoat.
proper like bass?
Oh, did
No,
you?
no, no,
Wow,
there
chicka,
wasn't
wow.
all that.
Oh, was
But
it Channel 4? It's like
No.
Did you get the
I wasn't really
triangles
paying much
shit.
attention to the music. I was more of a visual kind of guy at the time.
Did you get the weird one where it was two guys in a box in the woods?
No, thankfully not.
Say wine or
It
cheese.
was. I'd say it was the weirdest selection of stuff on there, and it was just odd. And then I was told that once I was done, there's a little hatch on the wall, and it was just like once you're done, seal your sample.
This just sounds like a glory hole with extra steps.
No, so once I filmed my cover, I had to seal it in a little plastic bag, put it inside the hatch. And then, in like a disabled toilet, you've got the red cord.
Yes.
As if you call the man will come off and pull the red cord.
Yeah,
One of them. So it was basically, once you're done, to let us know you're done, pull the red cord, please. So I had to pull the cord. Noise goes off. I was like, oh, that's the jizz alarm then, I guess, It was so fucking weird. And, I go to, I'm at the
It could
hospital.
have been worse. It could have been like you pull it and it goes, ah. Like,
Ow! You know what I mean? So, ow! And I thought to myself, well, I'll go there. I've got my appointment time. I'll go do what I need to do, and I'll be out less than half an hour. It'll be free parking. Great. But because I couldn't concentrate, I was there for a lot longer than I was expecting to, so I had to pay like £3.60 for the pleasure, as it were. So I wasn't very best pleased with that. But I had to see the morning of work to go for a wank, basically.
sorry, I just like in my head, I'm just thinking of because you're a fan of Ross Noble.
I am. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even
Just,
tell you. I didn't even tell you before that. We had to. Danny had to
Tell
go.
us about this wank.
No. So, so before that, we had to go for Danny's check and everything like that. What's that? Don't you want to know that? Daddy. No.
Show me where your mother lives.
yeah. So beforehand, Danny had to go check out and everything, and they said, and this is where they said to me, okay, this is what you're gonna do. We're gonna book you an appointment and stuff.
Yep.
And they said, so your appointment's gonna be next Friday at like 10 o'clock, 10:30, whatever time it was. And he said, but beforehand, to make sure everything's working and going first,
Beforehand. Come on.
you need to do your stuff on Monday, then again on Wednesday, and then come into the hospital on Friday. So, yeah, I had medical permission for 3 wanks of that week. I was like, what the fuck? I've got medically mandated business to attend to. So that was fun. But to tie into something else that happened that same week. So it was on, I want to say it was Monday of that week. I says to Danny, I'm going to have to go upstairs and do what I need to do. She's like, right, you crack on. I said, I will. So I went upstairs and I got on, the YouTube porn or whatever it was. Found what I was looking for.
I was going to say YouTube. What you looking?
Yeah, I was just watching our videos. It was great. It's me. So
Just the midget bistro song
what-
on
yeah,
repeat.
Yeah, just had that video on repeat. Yeah. So once it was done, I
Just
was.
the intro of Gentlemanly Adventures
Yeah.
of Kiss and Pigs.
I shouldn't do that. I'll start getting hard. It's Pavlovian edition.
Mike's first wank.
Number
So
15.
once I was done,
Furries.
I thought, right, I'll check my emails while I'm here. Just mooching on my phone, and I had an email saying, are you in Colombia? Someone's tried to access your email account from Colombia. No.
What?
No, I am not. I'm in Liverpool. So logged into, it's not me normal one that I use, it's a different one. So I logged into that account, changed the password, just to be on the safe side, thought nothing of it.
Mm-hmm.
Next morning I gets up and I'm up early because the dog wants to go for a wee. So I thought, I'll put some telly on. Went on Netflix. Netflix has signed me out. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Not unusual because our Virgin box just has a tendency to sign you out every now and again. Okay. Typed in the email address, which is the one that had been, I got this notification for the day before because that's what I'd signed up with Netflix with 10 years ago. So put the email address in, put in the password, no account found. That's weird. No account found. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, for whatever reason, Netflix has just binned me off. And then I went, no, hang on. Whoever's tried to hack my email address has then obviously got into my Netflix account and cancelled my account on me like a fucking knobhead. So I signed back up again. selects the price plan, starts watching. Means I've then got to put in all me likes again and everything like that. Doesn't have the entire watch history for the last 10 fucking years. I've got to start back over. Thought nothing of it. Then later in the week, I checked my bank account, and there were 2 payments to Netflix. One of the rate that I've just signed up for the other day, and another for £15. I wasn't very happy with this, as you can imagine. So I rung up Netflix and went, "What the fuck you playing at?"
Yep.
And the fella went, "What do you mean?" I was just like, "I've had this account. It got cancelled for whatever reason. I think someone hacked my account, blah, 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 blah." And he's just like, "Oh, I can only see... What's your email address?" I told him. He said, "I can only see an account starting as of Tuesday." It's like, "Yeah, because that's the one that just started on fucking Tuesday." "Well, I can't see anything before that." I said, "Motherfucker, I've got I went through my emails I found from when I signed up in 2013. He said, "How come I can get this information, but you can't?" He's like, "Oh, don't know what to tell you." I said, "It's got to be like an IT department or something like that. It's got all this information. I can see that I had an account with this email address." No. So I was fucking kicking off. I said to him, "Right, I want to speak to your manager then." I said, "You're fucking Netflix. You should know what accounts have been accessing your materials. I want to speak to your manager." He's like, "Oh, okay, I'll get you one then." And he buggered off, and he's gone for ages. And instead of like popping back in every now and again saying, "I am still here," he was just silent the entire time. And I kept having to say, "Are you still there?" "Oh, yeah, I'm just waiting for the manager." I was like, "Right, okay, you know." So I'm waiting. And then he said to me, "What email address was it that you used again?" I told him. He said, "Oh, yeah, I can see there was an account now." I was just like, "So how come we fucking see that before?" And he said, I said, "What's your name again?" I told him, and he was like, "I think someone might have hacked your account."
No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, fucking obviously. What had happened? Who was it? Fucking knobhead from Colombia who'd signed into my Netflix.
It was that rat, Tony Montano.
Whatever they'd done is they said they'd gone on. They changed the email address and the password associated with that Netflix, thinking that I wouldn't notice and just continue to pay their fucking Netflix for them every month from now on. And he said, "So is that definitely not you?" I said, "No, it's not fucking me. I don't live in Colombia." And he said, "Okay, what I'll do is I'll change the email address back on that account then. Do you want me to close it down?" I said, "Too fucking right, I want you to close it down." And he's like, "Right, okay." So he closed that account down, send me an email that says, "Hello, Butunde. It's sorry to hear that you fucking closed down your Netflix." I said, "That's not my fucking name." He's even changed the name on the account as well. It's like, cheeky bastard just wanted me to keep paying for it. I said, "You can fuck off." So what I've done is now I've changed the email address and password on my Netflix from that old email address to the one that I use now. So now this twat will no longer be able to get into anything associated with that fucking email address. How fucking cheeky is that? That people decide, "Oh, do you know what? I'm just going to steal your Netflix. Thanks for all the free movies, knobhead." Yeah, fuck off and get in the bin, dickhead. So that's what happened to me this month. Do you want to talk about some films and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh no, this is my job. I'm supposed to get wound up. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's a character. It's not. It's fucking me. All right. Right. Okay. Let's talk about some news. Let's talk about the fucking news.
I've missed you.
Shut up.
We got news. It's time for the 50-foot news.
That's better. Right. The writer's strike is over. Hollywood is back to work.
Huzzah!
No, it's not. Big arm energy. Yes, I'm back in my job. Ha John Hollywood back from strike. Did you miss me? Of course you did, because I'm John Hollywood. Ha ha ha.
Oh. It's good to see you, John Hollywood.
Yes, I'm back once again like a renegade master.
Nice.
Have you missed me? What have you done without me? What have you done without all these Hollywood movies that my big arm energy has created?
Well, I'll be honest, I played Cyberpunk.
It sounds like Mike's been having a wank without you.
Yes, I produced those movies during the strike as well because they're non-approved by unions. Ha ha! John
I was
Hollywood.
there. He asked me to hold his balls.
Get the fuck out, John Hollywood.
Jesus,
Piss
I
off.
can't believe we're doing
John,
this in
John,
front
before
of
you
my
go,
kid.
I've actually got a pitch for a movie for.
Oh right, okay. Well, maybe I'll be back for more pitches later. But go on, pitch me a movie. Ha ha! John
Well,
Hollywood.
if you want me to wait, I can.
No, do it now.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm a busy man.
Okay, cool. Right, so I had an idea for a movie.
Great,
where-
greenlit. Well done.
Oh, okay.
With that strapped to
Cheers.
fucking content right now. There's been a strike.
Yeah, fair enough. No, basically, in my idea is that Jim Carrey plays a lawyer, right?
Fantastic. It's Liar 2.
Sort of. And he's split up with his missus, and his missus is dating.
It's Liar 2.
Yeah, is dating this other guy, right?
Jim Carrey's dating the other guy.
Or
the
is
missus.
it
No,
Eternal
the missus is
Sunshine of
dating
the
the other
Spotless Mind?
Jim Carrey wasn't a lawyer.
No, but he did split up
No,
with his
it's-
missus.
It's basically
Eternal Sunshine 2, greenlit.
it's basically like a remake of Liar Liar, right? So
Right.
yeah, so
Original content. Hollywood's well known
yeah.
for that.
So what's his name again? Jerry? Yeah.
Jerry
so,
Dyson. Yes, he invented the Hoover.
So he's now with Jim Carrey's ex, right?
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Jim Carrey follows him
never
to
be
his
character.
job as a doctor and finds out that he's actually cheating on his on.
Wait a
Jim's
minute.
ex-wife.
The girl. So she's with a doctor now, and that doctor is played by that actor who is a doctor in Saw. Is that what you're telling me? It's a secret spin-off movie from
Yeah,
Saw and Liar Liar.
Yeah. So then Jim Carrey puts on a pig mask and kidnaps him and chains him up in a bathroom.
I like where this is going.
Right, somebody does.
That's basically the
Greenlit.
premise
Yes,
of the
let's
movie.
go. As long as you can get the guy who was in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, not Prince of Thieves, the Men in Tights. That's in fact, no, get the guy from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Kevin Costner tied to a pipe. Let's go.
Carrie Elwes.
No, Kevin Costner. I want Kevin Costner now. I've changed my mind. Hollywood can do that. John Hollywood can do that. Big arm energy. Ha ha.
Yes.
And we need a song that ties into it that can be #1 for 48 months.
Robin Hood, riding through... No, not
That's
that
the one. Yes, screenwriter. Get in the studio, Paul.
What did you just throw across the table?
I didn't throw anything across the table.
Either that or you spat really
Even with
far.
John Hollywood.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bagel.
Anyway, now that John's gone, let's talk about this writer's strike, because aside from crossing a few T's and dotting a few I's, the strike is now over and a deal has been agreed with the AMPTP. The basics of the deal, thank you. The basics of the deal is basically saying that AI, the big one is that AI cannot be used, considered as a writer for productions. It can, however, be used as a tool by writers. But any AI generate. So basically, if I'm writing a movie and I'm just like, what would this woman say here? I don't know. ChatGPT, what would a woman say in this situation? I can generate that and then reword it as I want to.
Yeah.
But I cannot use the actual generated content.
Right. Okay.
Any AI generated pictures must be declared and would need to be rewritten by a human. So basically, right now, Marvel, for example, are taking pictures on their X-Men movie. So a writer can go in and say, generate an X-Men movie that features the X-Men fighting Magneto, must include the London Eye. Done. And it'll type it all up, and then they can go in and rewrite that, and they have to say, okay, ChatGPT came up with this idea, but I've rewritten it to add a few different things. They have to declare stuff like that. So that can be used. Then obviously, if that's just a pitch, someone would then go in and write that as a full script.
Yeah.
What else is streaming services now need to be more visible with their viewing figures, and thus residuals would need to be paid accordingly. So this will put an end to actors like, for example, there was that actor who was on Orange is the New Black, which is like one of the biggest things on Netflix at one point. Yeah. Her residual checks are like maybe 30 quid a year, if that. It's crazy. So maybe people actually get paid properly now. The basic rate of pay for a writer has increased by 5%.
That's good.
So that's good. It's 5% for the first year, 4% for the second year, 3.5% on the third year, and then obviously no more negotiations will go on from there. And finally, studios have agreed to a new minimum number of writers for a production room, which now guarantees that more writers get work and for a guaranteed period of time. Which is great. So production is now starting up again on a lot of projects. However, until the SAG strike, the actor strike, is over, which is rumoured to be soon, they don't expect anything to stop filming again, and more delays are going to be announced to dates of productions and release dates and what have you. Since this has all come about, though, however, Netflix, being the bastion of fucking honesty, as we have clearly know by now, they are rumoured to be raising their subscription prices once again to offset the costs that these writers and actors would cost them. So even if it's a win for the writers, it's going to be a loss for anyone who subscribes to Netflix. And at this point, anyone who's affected by this, if they cancel their subscription, will there be anyone left to work for Netflix?
Whoever wins, we lose.
Exactly.
That sounds like something that's written by a writer.
It certainly does.
What was
Will we be able to see this movie, or will it be too... Oh, no, that's a sequel. That's too dark to see anything. Yeah. Okay. Next piece of news. I'm going to get this out of the way. I should have a sounder for this by now. But it's Fantastic Four fucking rumours. Again. Yes, again. So, the latest rumour is that just before the SAG strikes, Matt Smith and Adam Driver had both passed on the role of Mr. Fantastic, and that the role had been offered to Jake Gyllenhaal, who's already been in the MCU as Mysterio.
I'm getting the feeling we're gonna have a whole multiverse movie where Jake Gyllenhaal plays every single fucking character.
Yeah, because he was in source code, so he could just quantum leap into someone else's body then as well. Don't we? Yeah, I like that movie. It's very decent.
Yeah, have you seen any of the new
Quantum
Quantum
Leap?
Leap?
No.
It is. No, it's good fun. It's good fun. Really rate it.
I'll
And
see it whenever,
it heavily draws on the original series while being its own thing, and they have found basically the modern day Scott Bakula.
Yeah, that's one of the things I liked about source code is when he finally calls his dad. And that because he's quantum leaped into another guy's body, essentially. When he finally calls his dad to let him know that he's all right, the guy on the other end of the phone, his dad, is played by Scott Dracula.
Scott Dracula.
Yeah, Scott Bakula, the Hollywood Dracula.
Yeah.
He's on the end of the
It's
phone.
good to hear from your son.
It is a good little.
Have you seen the episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia with Scott Bakula in it?
No.
Oh my god, it's fantastic! It's the episode. I think what's it called? I think it's the Gang Turns Black is the name of the episode.
Okay.
They all wake up as black people and
Okay.
yeah,
Right, so-
and they can't understand whether or not it's a Freaky Friday situation or a Quantum Leap situation or whether it's like the Wizard of Oz. They need to learn a lesson for, and it turns into this whole musical. It's fantastic, and they meet Scott Bakula, and they say to him, "Look, in your expertise, have we quantum leaped? Is this what's going on?" And he has this whole song about how his life has fallen apart. He's like, "Ziggy, can you hear me?" And all this. It's amazing. Oh, it's fantastic.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me that Scott Bakula will be in that because he's a massive.
I'd pass on that one. Couldn't say for legal reasons on a publicly available podcast.
I will.
So Jake Gyllenhaal has been offered the role of Mr. Fantastic. I actually saw a news story from today. The director of Fantastic Four, Matt Shakman, has confirmed that the cast are locked. Ooh. So we have our Fantastic Four, but until the strike is over, they can't make any announcements. But we will know our final cast of Fantastic Four soon. Ooh, so then I'll be able to move on to story spoilers instead.
The final four?
Yeah. It's
Still no Doom.
What's that?
Still no Doom.
Not at this point, no. Who knows? Who knows? We had that rumour a month or two back. I can't remember who it was now. There's been that many rumours about Fantastic Four.
I was going to say, isn't it Antonio Banderas?
Oh, no,
Galactus.
it was your man from The Faculty, Halloween H2O, Sin City, Josh Hartnett.
Mike Myers.
Yeah.
Mike Myers. Oh, yeah, baby.
Reed Richards, I find this to be very psychedelic, baby.
Yeah.
I hope that picked
Oh,
up right.
behave.
God.
Sue Storm, do I make you horny, baby?
Cancelled.
Okay, right. We're going to move on to actual proper news that we care about now.
Okay.
And one of the few bright spots of the Star Wars movie Solo, it was that film about young Han Solo, was the performance of Donald Glover as a young version of Lando Calrissian.
Ooh.
From there, a spin-off spin-off series was announced that Donald Glover would be coming back. This was announced a few years ago at a Disney Plus day.
So this is Donald Glover playing young Lando Calrissian.
Yep.
Donald Glover, who is now nearly the same age as Billy D. Williams was when he first played Lando Calrissian in Empire Strikes Back.
Well, this deal's getting worse all the time, Paul, you know. So, but a few months ago, we learned that his brother, Glover and his brother, would actually become the showrunners of this Disney Plus series. Now, word has dropped that the series has been cancelled, and we're actually getting a Lando movie instead. A young Lando movie. And let's face it, who doesn't want to see the rise to prominence of this young black man who takes over a mining colony in the sky? You know, who doesn't want to see a boardroom drama set in the fucking Star Wars universe? Jesus Christ.
Look, if they can come up with a decent story, then it'll be
Fuck
fine.
that.
But
Fuck a Lando movie. I want a Lobot movie with Lando in it.
Lobot.
That's for you, Rob Deb.
Yay.
Okay, we're going to stay on the Star Wars train. Because
Star Wars?
But because there was a train in Lando. Not Lando, Solo. That's how much I care about Solo in that
Solo,
movie.
duo, trio.
Yeah.
Quartet.
Yeah. So way back in the day, there was an animated movie called Star Wars Clone Wars. Do we all remember? It was basically
It
just...
was 3 episodes of the Clone Wars animated series that they decided to repurpose.
It was basically a feature-length pilot, yes. And in that movie, we were introduced to Dave Filoni's creation, Ahsoka Tano, apprentice of Anakin Skywalker. Obviously, we've just had we've just had
we're talking about the newer animated.
Yes, yeah, there was two. There was the...
Because I always think of the cartoon one.
Gennady Tartakovsky's
which they were short.
Clone Wars.
I'm talking about the
We're
one
talking
that was,
about the Clone Wars.
Yeah, the CG animated,
Right,
the one that
okay.
ran for about 48 years on and
Yeah,
off.
okay, cool. Sorry.
Okay, so we've just had the live-action Ahsoka TV series with
no spoilers for the end. Not
With
quite
Dante's
finished it
wife.
yet.
Yeah, why am I blanking on her name?
Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson, that's right, thank
Yep.
you. Where that,
Only
that
been in
series where she walks around like this.
Only been in multiple
All
Kevin
the
Smith
time.
films, so
All right,
you know.
okay. I have a lot going on up there, Paul.
So you know,
that's
Ahsoka
debatable.
never goes
All
up.
she does is walk around with her arms folded in that series, but she's still good. I don't mind it. That last episode, no spoilers for Paul, but oh my, it had a really, really good lightsaber fight in it. I say lightsaber fight, you'll find out when you watch it. In that show, we were treated to a sequence of young Ahsoka, who was played by Ariana Greenblatt, who you may have seen recently in the Barbie movie. I watched the Barbie movie. It's actually really fucking good.
I still need to see that film.
She's also
She's young Gamora.
Young
young
Gamora.
Gamora in
Yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's right,
in that.
yes. She is fantastic as young Ahsoka. She is really,
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good.
we that much we have seen.
Yeah,
I mean, Joshua and I watch Ahsoka together. We watch the Star Wars stuff together, and we both were just like, "Oh my god, this stuff is really good shit."
Yeah. Well, when that episode...
Is everybody here up to date?
I
I haven't
finished the
seen
season,
the
yeah.
last two.
Oh, fucking hell,
we're
Paul.
2 behind.
Don't
So
matter
you won't
then.
know about when Rosario Dawson grew wings and flew off into the sky to become a space dragon.
Screaming, I love Doug, I love Doug. That's right, that Doug from Warrington, the
Yeah,
one that
we-
owns Geek
and then she
Retreat.
did that
Doug,
giggly
Doug,
dance,
Doug, where
like,
are you?
so
Where
like
are you,
this.
Doug?
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she mentioned the general.
Well, anyways, so when the episode dropped with Ariana Greenblatt, as young Ahsoka, she went on social media afterwards to respond to fans who were made up with her performance, and she was gushing about it as well. Apparently she mentioned that she and Hayden Christensen, who did return as Anakin in that episode and subsequent episodes, can't say more. She mentioned that she and Christensen had enjoyed the experience so much that they were petitioning Dave Filoni to write a live-action Clone Wars movie. So we could actually get even more vindication. For
Well,
Hayden
and
Christensen's
it
Anakin,
has to be said,
'cause they
he's
liven that bastard
he's
up.
much better in Ahsoka and Obi-Wan
To be fair, he's
than
probably
he
took
was
acting
in the
lessons
movies.
since- I mean, to be fair, Anakin in the Clone Wars animated series is a lot more likable than he is in the movies.
Yes.
And obviously, time has passed. Christensen has either taken more
'cause
acting
there's less
lessons,
sand.
or he's evolved his acting style. He's learned more. You know, he's lived. Yeah, he's got experience now, and he's actually really good as Anakin in that series. If anyone saw Obi-Wan, he was really good as Anakin in that. The brief time we saw him.
But I still got the moves.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
because the lightsaber sequences that he had in Obi-Wan and in Ahsoka that we've seen, he can still swing a lightsaber.
He certainly can. Well, Dave Filoni right now is writing that announced Mando era crossover movie.
Mando.
So we'll have Mando, we'll have Ahsoka, it'll have what's that? Boba Fett, yeah. It'll have the other, that guy who's
Andor.
always flying around. No, that's episode 4, sorry. It'll have the guy who's always flying around in the X-Wing, always manages to be there. You know, that bald guy.
Hawkins.
Captain whatever is
Captain
X-Wing pilot.
Yeah, that's the man. yeah.
Captain Exposition.
Yeah, not Wedge. Yeah. So, I tell you one thing I have liked
I'll
from
have
this
Jeff.
season. I tell you one thing I have liked from this Ahsoka series is Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Specifically, whenever they filmed it from behind.
Which
Very
happens
you
in
and McGregor's
every
missus.
scene.
Oh yeah.
Every scene she's in. I even noticed that the pants change colour.
Did they?
Yeah, the pants
I didn't
actually.
notice.
Yeah, those orange ones go away.
Oh, okay.
You haven't seen the episode, don't worry. Spoilers, this brown pants.
Yeah, but doesn't it make you want to go back and watch Scott Pilgrim?
Makes me want to go
No,
back.
she's like a child in that, Paul.
What?
No.
What's
no.
the thing instead?
No.
She's covered up in big winter clothing. 10 Cloverfield Lane. That's
I
the one
need
you
to
want,
I need
Paul.
to Google who she is.
Anyway, right.
Say no more.
Yeah. So sticking around. So he's busy writing that movie at the moment. Anyway, could we see a proposed Clone Wars live action series or movie rather? I don't know. I think it may be too long before we get to that. She may have aged out of the role of young Ahsoka by then. I don't know.
Or maybe there's some flashback stuff that we might see in this forthcoming Filoni movie.
Well, let's just say we may get a season 2 of Ahsoka. So we may...
Well, it's not locked down, apparently.
No.
Dave Filoni has said it's not a sure thing yet.
No, but watching that series...
I kind of like the ending.
I really like the ending,
kinda
but I
like
can
the
see
ending.
how it'd go either way. I don't know. I need to see more of Thrawn. I know that much. Anyway, so...
Enter the Empire!
We're gonna stay with Disney Plus, and one
Disney
of the,
Plus?
Yeah, one of the better Marvel shows was Loki. Yes, I watched Loki this week.
Loki
Not
Pokey
talking
Stick.
about
That
yeah,
much we are up
isn't
to
it?
date on.
I did
'Cause
like.
there's only
Yeah,
one
I did
episode
like
so
Loki.
We need
far.
to watch that.
It's very good. Ki Kwan is.
Ki
really
Kwan's
good in it.
awesome, isn't it? As our Rob or Ross.
Yeah. Oh, nice Red Dwarf reference there, Paul. Thank you.
Our Rob. As soon as he showed up, it's like, oh look, it's our Rob or Ross.
And where was our Rob or Ross found?
The Egbert Arms.
That's right, under the pool table at the
Yep.
Egbert Arms. Yes, thank
Yep.
you. I used to work basically across the road from the Egbert Arms.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so one of the not Loki, but one of the better series on Disney Plus was the animated What If series that featured Jeffrey Wright as the Watcher. Has anyone seen his return in the I Am Groot short?
Yes.
That was so awesome. That's so fun. The Watcher's just like, what? Stop it.
Stop.
No.
How are you doing? Can he see me?
Put it down.
What's he
Put it
doing?
down. It's good
Brilliant.
fun. Well, season 2 of What If is right around the corner.
Yeah.
And we actually have the titles for each episode. So
Ooh.
episode 1 is going to be What If Nebula joined the Nova Corps.
Okay.
So instead of being one of Thanos' minions, she could have gone off and become space police instead. What if Peter Quill attacked Earth's mightiest heroes? So this is supposed to be the episode where instead of keeping him from himself, Yondu took young Star-Lord to Ego, unlocked his super space boy powers, and basically came back to Earth.
boy.
It came back to Earth in the 80s and fought the 80s version of the Avengers. So that would be like
Yeah.
Hank Pym, Ant-Man, potentially the Red Guardian would be there, whoever else is around, Goliath,
Ooh, yeah,
Morpheus is
Fishburne.
Goliath.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So there's episode 3 is what is Kahori Reshape the World.
Who?
This is a new character created specifically for this series, which I disagree with. There's an entire universe of a multiverse of Marvel characters. Why do you need to invent your own one?
I don't see the point of that.
But this is going to be a Native American character who gets powers to basically change the world for better. So basically,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Right.
Then what if Hela found the 10 rings? So that's basically crossing over Thor, Ragnarok, and Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Yep.
What if Iron Man crashed into the Grandmaster? So this is the episode that was created for season 1, but held over for season 2. There's a lot of merchandise already out for this. Includes a scrap metal version from the scrapyards on the Grandmaster's planet of like the Hulkbuster armor. And what
Oh
have you.
yeah. Okay, that's cool.
I believe that also features a version of Gamora. What if Happy Hogan saved Christmas?
Oh, cool.
So
A
this
Christmas episode.
This is a retelling of Iron Man 3. What if Captain Carter fought the Hydra Stomper?
Oh, so sequel to the season 1
A
episode.
sequel to that, yeah. She gets put back into that timeline from obviously the crossover event at the end of season 1. And Hydra Stomper is basically that universe's version of the Winter Soldier. It's basically, Steve Rogers in a big ironmonger suit, essentially. What if the Avengers assembled in 1602? So
Now,
again,
I saw this, and
Yeah.
it's like Neil Gaiman's 1602
Yep.
gets an adaptation.
Yeah.
That
Nice.
I am
same
so
way that we got
I am
Marvel
so
Zombies.
down for.
Yeah, same way that we got an adaptation
Yeah.
of Marvel Zombies in the first season, we get a 1602.
That's going to be
Then
amazing.
episode 9 is What If Strange Supreme Intervened? Again, a sequel to a season 1 episode where Stephen Strange Supreme kept trying over and over and over again to stop Christine Palmer from dying. This would be what if he actually succeeded in keeping her alive? So we will find out. But what other what if stories would you like to see?
You know what I'd actually
Let's
like
pitch
to
some to John Hollywood.
You know what I'd really actually like to see?
What?
I want to see them do a What the episode.
What the fuck?
Yeah, basically, because they used to do an occasional comedy spin-off of
Yeah.
What If called What the.
Right.
and it would just be all the wackiest shit that you could possibly think
Yeah.
of, and
Oh, excuse me.
using the Marvel characters for comedy
You two okay?
stories. Their eyes met across a crowded table.
What if Doug and Amara?
Yeah, let's do that one.
I mean,
That sounds fun.
Bound
Um,
chicka wah wah.
Yeah. No, I was thinking what it'd be a good excuse to get Beta Ray Bill in something.
Oh, absolutely.
That is long overdue.
That's a good one. I think maybe
What if Beta Ray Bill came to a
four
to
movies
a-
and we haven't had Beta
I
Ray
know
Bill yet.
he should turn up sooner rather than later. I've got a few in mind myself. I'd like to see an adaptation of one that I've actually got a comic of somewhere, but I don't think they can do it given the rights issues and stuff. There's a what if Uncle Ben survived and Aunt May died,
Okay.
and it's how that affects Peter.
Isn't that
as-
basically just the new Spider-Man?
Isn't it what?
Isn't that basically just the new Spider-Man?
No. It basically in the comic that I read, essentially when he gets his powers, he kind of goes off the rails and uses them for criminal reasons until
Okay.
Uncle Ben works out that he's the Spider-Man. He's like, look, what the fuck are you doing? You're not bad. Sort his life out. Or Aunt May wouldn't have wanted this. She'd want if you got these, she'd have wanted you to use them for good.
Yeah.
So he becomes good guy Spider-Man again. And Uncle Ben basically drives him around in a van. He becomes the guy in the chair, essentially. And he becomes his little sidekick, helping him. I would like to see what if Howard the Duck came to Earth. Basically give us Howard the Duck the movie,
Yeah, we
but in the
yeah,
MCU.
yeah.
we need an MCU.
I was trying to
but,
think of a Howard the Duck one.
Yeah, I would like to see, what was the other one? Oh,
What if Howard the Duck became the Herald of Galactus?
Yes.
To be fair, Howard the Duck, it was very much a character they would tend to use for things like what the
Yeah,
because he is an out and out comedy character.
yeah. I would like to see what...
Bagel!
You okay there? Jeez.
Please feel free to throw it back at your
No,
mother.
don't throw fucking bagels. One of the stories I'd like to see is what if Tony Stark died in the explosion? How would the MCU have shaped up if we didn't have our first hero?
Yeah.
What was that? There was another one. There was a big one. What if? Oh God! It was. I think what was it? What if Loki won in Avengers 1 or something like that?
What if they killed Nick Fury in the Avengers rather
Oh,
than
that was it.
rather than Coulson?
Yeah, that
and,
was
and they avenge him.
What if the Skrulls won?
Ooh.
Now that we've just had Secret War,
Yeah.
what if the Skrulls won? We'd have some kind of resistance then, and yeah, we'll see.
You know what? With She-Hulk
Yeah.
and Howard the Duck, because
I think a lot of people thought what the was She-Hulk the first time round.
Howard the Duck guested in Sensational She-Hulk when John Byrne was drawing
I'd like
it.
to see
John Bird.
John Byrne.
What the fuck are they going to do with Star Fox now that they brought Harry Styles into the MCU?
What? Star Fox is in the N64?
Actually, no. Make it more.
No.
Why the fuck would you bring Harry Styles into the MCU?
Why are you doing this?
You know, I don't give a shit.
The spaceship.
What if we acknowledge that gigantic, alien dude sticking out of the ocean in the MCU? You know, Jesus. Anyway, we're going to stick with Marvel animation and we're going to talk about Spider-Man Freshman Year. You know,
Oh boy!
that animated series that got announced 3 years ago. Not 3 years ago, 2 years ago now.
So it should have graduated by now.
Yes. So it was announced that basically we were going to be getting a Spider-Man animated series taking place in his first year as Spider-Man, which we all thought, okay, so that'll lead up to Civil War, where he's been Spider-Man for a year at that point.
Oh no, it won't.
No. Well, it's set in an alternate universe where Norman Osborn is Spider-Man's mentor for some stupid reason. But we found out that finally it is happening and will be... Mark your calendars, guys, because it's coming out on November 4th, 2024. So it will be a full 3 years after it's been announced before we
We're
actually...
getting the new
can see it.
X-Men before that, aren't we?
No, we're not getting the X-Men until after Secret Wars.
You reckon?
2026 at the earliest.
No. I mean, animated X-Men. X-Men 95.
97. No, yeah. That's
97.
coming January, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put that together quicker than they put together
I
Spider-Man.
know. Okay, we're going to stay with Disney Plus again for a new story that I've called
Nothing but
She's
Disney
Got
Plus.
a New Hat, Werewolf Edition. So one of the surprise hits of last year was the black and white special presentation of Michael Giacchino's Werewolf by Night. Well, it's time to take your memory of how good that was because they're releasing a colorized version later this month. Oh, and it's not just let's take the footage we've already shot that was already in colour, you know, that we put a black and white filter over. No, we're not going to give you the original footage. We're going to take that black and white footage and colourize it like the old Hammer movies and stuff like that. Really garish colours.
Or in the 80s when we thought, ooh, Laurel and Hardy in colour. That'll be a good idea.
Let's take the 1930s.
Let's give them turquoise skin.
Yeah, let's take the 1931 Frankenstein and make him green because that's what everyone thinks he is. So yeah, I get kind of why, but I don't understand the point.
There isn't one.
I think it's just to drive people to want to watch it again.
It's a cheap way
It's one of those where if you like the
doing
original
an
one,
event.
watch the original.
I enjoyed the original one.
me too.
But I've not felt any need to watch it again. Like Moon Knight, loved it when it came out.
They're doing the opposite what they did with Logan.
What
Because Logan, they did a black and white Logan, didn't they?
Oh, of course, yeah.
They did that with the
really
last Mad Max.
They did
as
it
well.
with the thing
Blood
as
and
well.
Chrome.
Yeah,
And
not
it
the
was
thing,
really
the
good.
mist. The mist.
I think it going the other way is.
I love the mist, and the black and white version on the Blu-ray is fantastic. Yeah. Okay, Todd McFarlane still is in a fantasy land. So, comic creator Todd McFarlane, who invented Spawn, has been trying to get a new Spawn movie made forever.
Yes.
And for the longest time, he wanted full creative control. So he wanted to write and direct this movie, even though he's never written or
This
directed
is
a
my
movie.
thing. Don't touch my toys. Stay away. Stay away.
Yeah. He'd never written and directed anything in his life for the screen. Eventually, he's partnered up with Blumhouse, you know, the ones who take movie franchises and ruin them. See Halloween and the upcoming Exorcist Believer. He's loosened his grip a little, and you know, there's going to be new writers and directors on the project, but there's still no sign of the movie. But he remains optimistic and was recently interviewed by IGN. And I've got a quote here. What voice are we going to give Todd McFarlane? Because I can't. What's that? Mr. T. Okay.
Pity the fool.
The writers have been thinking about it a lot. Hopefully because they're not able to do the writing. Oh, God, no, I'm not going to be able to keep that up for so long. Oh, jeez. Shut up, fool.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
So basically just
That's
do
the
same
same
thing.
voice without the racial overtones.
Yes, that was the joke.
Oh, yeah. No.
Ooh, yeah.
Ultimate Warrior.
The writers have been thinking about it a lot. No. I can't do Mean Gene. Come on, give me something that I can actually do.
Paul
That's not
Bearer.
What?
Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer.
Oh, yes. The writers have been thinking about it a lot. Hopefully because my Undertaker was... because they were on strike and not able to do the writing. All they can do is think about it. So as soon as the strike's over, they can quickly finish the script. Why do I sound like fucking...
But did he always
singing
sound like a
about
ghost?
I have no idea what you sound
Scary
like.
movie. That's what you sounded like to me. Oh, do you want some pie, child?
Take my strong hand. Okay. I've seen page to page 80 of the present script, and so the finish line. This is the
What?
I think they'll be done fairly quickly, and they'll do some rewrites, and then we'll be in Hollywood.
It is-
Rick Kane is alive, Undertaker.
Amen, brother.
It doesn't sound like.
I've seen the light.
It doesn't sound
Oh,
like.
yeah.
It doesn't sound like normal Michael Jackson. It sounds like Bo Selector Michael Jackson.
Paul will tell you what Bo Selector Michael Jackson sounds like. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, I'm a bad mofo.
Oh, that reminds
Can't
me.
believe we
That reminds me, actually, when I was on eBay, I almost sent you a link to a product being like, hey, you should wear this for the Halloween show, because it came up as one of the lower face masks of
got one.
Craig David from Bo Selector.
I've got
You've
that.
got that.
Yeah, I have a Craig David mask, Bo Selector mask. I have
Right,
one.
okay.
I've had one since the show came out.
Yeah,
I
I,
don't
think
know if it's
that's when
still
it
in
came.
much good condition, but yeah.
There you go. There's
I've
your
also
Halloween
still
costume.
got a pair of giant lips that was made for me when I played the guy who sang "Spin Me Right Round." Pete's
Oh, fuck.
Davidson.
No.
Pete Davidson. Pete Burns.
That's
Pete
it.
Burns. I did. I did a thing a year.
You did a
years ago.
thing.
You know when I did that schools tour, going, "Hey kids, go to university. Here's a play." We had to play various characters who were relevant in the public zeitgeist at the time, and that season of Big Brother had just been on.
Right.
Okay.
So I had to play Pete Burns,
how
and
ironic.
instead of just doing a really, Scouse accent like this, I thought, right, okay, if he's very camp, I'm going to go the other way around. So I made him really gruff, and he sounded like this. But I had these really big lips made for me, so I'm like, oh, look at me in my monkey skin coat. Because he came into the house saying that he had a monkey skin. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I did a really camp version of Les Dennis when we were doing a Family Fortunes bit, and I had this wig with the hair would flick about, and I loved it. It would really get me into character every single time I wore it. I'm like, it's time to play Family Fortunes! And my hair would flick about. It was fantastic. Oh, I missed that wig. I wish I'd taken that with me when I finished. It was fantastic.
You should.
Anyway, so I did that tour when I was 21. That was 18 years ago. So those kids have gone to university, had children, and now they're going to be going to university. Okay, so that makes me feel old. But do you know what else is going to make us feel old? Oh, what a
You mean
segue.
apart from me?
Well, you always make me feel old, Paul. Actually, you make me feel young. Thank you. So
You can fuck off.
the first Toy Story movie was released in 1995. I was 11 years old, and I went to see it at the pictures. Toy Story 3 came out in 2010. My kid was 3, and I took her to go and see that at the pictures.
Yep.
Toy Story 5 is coming out, and by the time it comes, I will be in my 40s. Thanks, Disney!
Yeah.
By the way, season 48 of Locarno will be out by that point. Yeah. The story is being worked on at the moment, but it seems that Andy will be back. Somehow we'll get his toys back.
He came back down from from in the loft.
Yeah. Well, somehow he's going to get his toys back from Bonnie, who he gave them all to at the end of Toy Story 3. He's like, I want them back! They're mine!
It's going to be a burglar.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Punch the child in the face, take his toys back.
It starts off where he's failed college.
I
and
can't
he's,
live without them!
like the whole Toy Story 5 starts off showing Andy. He's failed college and he's become a burglar, and he breaks into Bonnie's house and finds
It's actually
the
Home
toys.
Alone, and he's trying to steal, and the Bonnie puts like marbles all over the floor. And
No,
paint
the
cans and
toys do.
flamethrowers. Yes! There we go. Disney hire us. Yeah, they think it's a burglar, but when they see that it's Andy and they've given him 8th degree burns.
No, they do it and they actually they say to him, we used to say, Andy's come in and dropped to the floor.
Yeah.
Not anymore, dickhead.
Yeah.
You're going to come in here and ruin this kid's life.
Andy's coming. It's time to tool
yeah.
up.
And then they start like pull Woody's string and start grotting him with it. And go, yeah, let's go dark.
Woody pulls out the Glock and he's like, reach for the sky.
No. That's the end of the first act, right? And Andy's like scared, starts running out. He's like, I'll be back and I'll get you. And then the second act is them like tooling up the house like proper like almost like fortifying it style, while Andy does his research and finds out what happened to Sid, who he used to live next door to.
Sid works in the dump. We know that now.
Yeah,
from Toy
yeah.
Story 3.
So then he's like, did you like? He gets a hold of Sid and is like, the toys are alive, and Sid's like, you've seen it too.
Yeah.
And
they join forces like Marv and Harry from Home Alone.
You know what I'm thinking?
Well, I'm thinking after Woody's pulled his gun like that, and Andy's like, Woody, you can't do it. And Woody's like, you're right, I can't. And puts it down, and Buzz picks it up instead. And Andy goes, but Buzz, to infinity and beyond. The great beyond, motherfucker.
Toy Story 5, rated 15.
Yeah, rated 18, yeah.
He's tied up with
I mean, it makes
Look,
sense.
look, if we can turn Winnie the Pooh into a horror movie,
Exactly,
then why not Toy Story?
Wait for 100 years, then we're going to get the Toy Story horror movie. It's going to be amazing. But anyway, so it's unclear. So anyway, the plot of Toy Story 5 seems to be Andy coming back to get his toys that he's going to give to his kids. But it's unclear how Woody's going to factor into the story, given that Toy Story 4 ended with Woody fucking off. So who knows? But if you want to see me crying at the fact that I'm very, very old, then find me in the cinemas June 2025.
He'll be on eBay buying them all.
Oh,
That's what it'll be. He'll
that's
get
it then. He's
all
not
delivered
like,
to his house.
because if it's for his kids, then presumably it's like 10 years later, and Bonnie's now a teenager, so she's not interested in the toys.
She says she can have them back, knobhead.
Yeah, so she's
She's
like...
trying to sell them for crack.
Yeah.
She'll be saying to her mum, Mum, do you remember that day that stranger came to my house and gave me all of his toys that I didn't want? Can he have them back, please? Because they're weird. I watched them move in the middle of the night. They scare me.
It's
I
like
think they're possessed.
You had
Blumhouse presents Toy Story.
Well,
Bonnie, you
Five
only
Nights
got
at
one
Freddy, but
film
with
out of
Toy
you,
Story
Bonnie.
characters.
Well, yeah. Speaking of which, have you put on the 50 Foot Nerds? Have you got like a calendar attached to the 50 Foot Nerds email? Because on my calendar for the end of this month, it says Five Nights at Freddy's with Brian.
No, I'm guessing that's him.
Right, okay. Because I was just like, I'm looking at the calendar going, who the fuck's Brian?
Yeah, I didn't know, but then I remembered. Connor, your friend's Brian, isn't it?
There you go.
Yes, right.
So I know
So
when you
it's-
go and see Five Nights at Freddy's with Brian, which is a strange thing to say to a teenage boy. So, but anyways, So, I think that's pretty much all the news that I've got. Can't think of anything else.
It's all the news that's fit to print, except for...
Well, that's where we hand over to Paul, because he's got 2 months worth of Doctor Who news. And when he does that, he makes this noise.
Hold on to your lapels, Chessington. It's the Doctor Who news.
It's a world of adventures with the Doctor Who news.
Who?
Oh, I was
Hey, started already.
I was really hoping that you'd just changed it back to diddly dum, ooh wee, Doctor Who news.
I mean, I can play that for you if you want.
Go on.
Okay, let me find it.
Oh,
God, you always
fucking
make me
hell.
do work.
Oh, if you have to find it.
Shall I start talking while you're looking? So
Sure.
we've had a trailer drop at the start of Strictly Come Dancing, and following that, the BBC social media accounts
sounded
revealed
better.
the worst kept secret that Neil Patrick Harris
Neil Patrick Harris?
is playing the toy maker.
Oh, okay.
So it's been confirmed.
Oh.
Why is that not working?
Are you going to interrupt me with a?
I'm
a
trying
thing?
to when the computer wants
You're
to load
trying
it in.
to, but the computer's being shit.
Yeah, it really is, yeah. I don't like this laptop. Here we go. Yeah, but so Paul, I'm
Yay.
trying to get the sounder to play. Shut
Yeah.
up.
Shut up. Probably the next sort of big news that we got is that they alluded to it already that we were going to get a new version of Doctor Who Confidential.
Who?
Are you just going to keep doing that?
I was
Child. That's a child.
You were frozen today.
I was, yeah.
But so Doctor Who Unleashed has been announced.
Doctor Who Unleashed.
Doctor Who Unleashed. So it's the new behind-the-scenes series coming to BBC Three this autumn.
It's where he's a werewolf with stretchy arms. That's a fucking
So
reference.
it's the same format. So 30-minute episodes on BBC Three and BBC iPlayer. The host is Stefan Powell, who is the BBC gaming correspondent and is a former Radio 1 Newsbeat presenter. He's been given the keys to the TARDIS, and after every episode of Doctor Who, viewers can switch over to BBC Three or iPlayer as Powell takes viewers on a journey showing them just how out of this world drama is made. Exclusive interviews with the stars in front of the camera as well as those behind it. Unleashed is described as the ultimate companion to Doctor Who. I've got a quote. So what voice am I going to be made to do?
What voice should Paul do? Warwick Davis.
Peter Griffin.
Just do your normal voice, Paul.
Peter, the horse is here.
Am I really doing my own voice, or am I doing a voice?
You're doing Warwick Davis, Paul.
I'm doing little Warwick Davis, Russell T Davis. Doctor
Paul
Who
said do an
showrunner.
impression. Jesus Christ.
Russell T Davis, Doctor Who showrunner, says, over the years, I meet so many people who were inspired to find careers in TV because of the behind-the-scenes material the BBC would show. And now it's back in the grand old tradition of Doctor Who Confidential, but in a brand new form, Unleashed. So a whole new generation and faithful fans of old can see what the stars and the crew get up to behind the cameras.
Is that watching Willow? That was fucking ace. You choose a finger.
Paul, before you say anything.
What? Yeah. Fuck the lot of you. We're still waiting to hear when we're actually going to see the specials.
Yep.
The rumours
I really love Ghost Town.
The rumours are that we're looking at the 11th, 18th, and 25th of November, which is kind of irritating because you've planned stuff for us to do
We're
on the 11th.
Yeah, we're going to be very busy on the 11th.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
I'm busy on the 18th because I'm in a show. So that means the first 2 episodes, if they are on that date, I'm not watching live. Ah, shit. Yeah, fuck. But there we go.
We'll just Skype plus her. It's fine. It'll be okay.
But before that, we will be getting
Pirate them.
we will be getting the Doctor Who 60th anniversary concert, which was recorded not so long ago in Cardiff.
Yeah.
We're getting a special edition of BBC Radio 2's Sunday Night is Music Night. Doctor Who at 60.
The show that everyone listens to.
A musical, everybody will on this occasion.
Yep.
A musical celebration with the BBC National Orchestra of Wales and the BBC Singers.
Sinners.
Them too.
Oh, there's a few of them.
Sounds
Rating
like those
Operation
videos you were
U-Tree.
watching.
Operation U-Tree.
Conducted by Alistair King, celebrating the glorious musical sounds of the
As
iconic...
the king.
That's exactly what you said.
No, it's not.
It was because I went.
I bring you
I was
smart
like,
price.
I'm not going to mention this because Mike will.
You know full well I said
And
Alistair
now,
King.
ladies and gentlemen, the opera sinners. There we go. For the audio listeners, I slapped me ass.
So the concert is going to feature
I hope people
world,
remember that advert, otherwise I'm just
world
literally
exclusive
grabbing
first
my
live
ass.
performances for Ruby Sunday's theme, The Life of Sunday. The theme of the 15th
The fifth
Doctor,
Doctor?
called, funnily enough, 15th.
Wow.
And the new
15th?
version of the theme tune.
Wonder what that'll sound like. Probably
I mean-
something like. In fact, Paul will probably tell us what it sounds like. Actually, I've turned the thing off.
Woo! Diddly dub, ooh wee! Doctor Who news.
I hope they don't say Doctor Who news. That'd be a weird thing to say.
But I mean, there are bootlegs going round. Have you heard any of the bootleg?
No.
I had a quick listen to the new version of the theme tune.
Does
It's
it
just
go diddly dum?
just a bit, and
you.
I mean, it is very much Murray Gold doing what Murray Gold does.
Very
I am,
loud, bombastic. Bum, 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 all that kind
yeah,
of
more or
stuff.
less. So I'm looking forward to hearing it properly to properly get a sense of what it's like. But it's nothing to complain about, certainly.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. Doctor Who Redacted is back, which nobody expected. That's the drama podcast that they did last year to tie in with Jodie's finale.
Cancel
they've done
culture at it again.
a second season, written again by
Censored even the Doctor Who title.
I know, yeah.
written again
It
by
was actually originally called Doctor Who Cunt, but because it was the BBC, they decided,
written again by Juno Dawson.
Free speech.
Guest stars include Freddie Carter, Anjali Mohindra, Dervla Kerwin, and Alexander Armstrong. So it looks like they'll be tying in with the Sarah Jane Adventures.
Well, either that or it'll be pointless. No?
No,
Yeah,
Just me. Just me.
pointless. Yeah.
Thank you.
There's that.
My brain was slow, and I was going to
and,
say, "Have I got news for you?" And I'm like, "No, not."
Richard Osman! Not quite.
And it has to be said, one other thing that tends to change throughout the years with Doctor Who is that not only does the Doctor themselves change, but
What? When did
also
that start happening?
also the editor of Doctor Who magazine tends to regenerate.
Oh, okay.
Jason Quinn is the new editor of Doctor Who magazine. He's recently taken over from Marcus Hearn. Jason had previously been editor of Doctor Who Adventures, and he's kind of the lesser known brother of the Quinn family. His brother being
Brian?
His brother being Tim Quinn.
Oh, I know that guy.
Yeah, we know that guy.
Yeah.
Who did come to the Merseyside local group
Yeah.
that time. And,
I
and
emailed
did-
him not too long ago.
Yes, funny about that. So that's good. Worth also. I do like to sort of touch on.
He's the guy who told us a story about Stan Lee in the tree.
Oh boy,
Oh yeah, that story.
That's the guy.
That guy.
Yeah.
I felt like climbing a tree. Yeah, that'll do.
Tell the world, Tim Quinn, my story must be known.
There's, I do like to dip into the world of Doctor Who merchandise, and the latest thing that has been published by BBC Books. It's kind of one of those books that you'd put into a Doctor Who fan's stocking for Christmas.
Yeah, I don't know what to buy you, but you like Doctor Who. Have this.
So Doctor Who, the Daily Doctor, 365 and a quarter universal meditations on life and how to live it.
But Paul, what if I eat an apple a day?
By Simon Guerrier and Peter Angelides.
What if I eat an apple a day?
Keeps the Doctor away.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to read the book.
If you don't want to read the book, if you don't want to read the book, what you can do with Doctor Who is you can come in here on Friday.
Yeah.
And you can buy the Magic the Gathering
Oh,
commander
really?
sets.
Oh,
There's going to
really?
be
Tell me more.
4 different commander sets.
Yeah.
All with
I was going to ask you about that in a minute.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
Magic is not so much my thing, but I can imagine there will be a lot of people.
I prefer
getting it because
science.
It's Doctor Who stuff as well. But
Science will tell you the word of Scientology.
Just to give you a sense of what the Daily Doctor
Hail
is
Zenu!
like, this is the entry for today, the 7th of October. It's entitled Backseat Drivers, and the quote from the Doctor is,
Shut up, Paul!
"You can't rule the world in
Time
height."
travel back in time to put that in the book.
Fuck off. So it starts with a quote from
Shut
the
up,
Doctor.
Paul!
"You can't rule a world in hiding. You've got to come out onto the balcony sometimes and wave a tentacle." So that's from Terror of the
Jodie
Zygotes
Whittaker there.
by Robert Banks Stewart.
Did you hear that? Doctor Who says gay rights.
Since at least
Someone said, which Doctor were you attempting an impression of there, Paul?
all
of them at the same time.
It wasn't a witch doctor. It was the Doctor.
No. He said,
That's what I've been telling you all episode. So since at
Do you want to
least
swap seats?
Since at least the Middle Ages, a group of some 6 Zygons lived in a damaged spacecraft in the waters of Loch Ness. Their armoured cyborg Scarrison, whose lactic
Wait a
fluid
minute.
fed the Zygons, would swim about and occasionally be sighted, but otherwise the Zygons kept themselves hidden while plotting the conquest
Secret
of the
Origins
world.
of the Family Ness. Does anyone remember that cartoon?
Angus, blow your secret whistle, whistle.
It was.
That's the one.
It was like the only.
I know the fucking theme tune to that and everything. That was
So do
my
I.
jam.
They only found out about the family because one of them approached like some drivers and asked them for 350.
350. Goddamn Loch Ness monster.
Tell me, driver, I need about 350.
And it was at that point.
Well, it was about this time I noticed there was a tentacled sucker creature from the planet Zygon. I'm like,
was like,
God damn it, Zygon Master!
I ain't giving you no 350.
When the 4th Doctor encountered the creatures, he mocked their skulking ways, challenging them to step out into the open. In doing
You're
so,
a knobhead.
he provoked
Ah!
Zygon leader Broton. Oh, I fucking remembered the other thing I was going to talk about. I'll come back to that in a second. Zygon
Tom
leader
Baker voted for a
Broton
knobhead?
into spelling out all his plans. But there's a broader point to bear in mind. People will often comment on something from a position of relative safety, suggesting they know better.
And I often do.
They might criticize someone's driving from the comfort of the back seat. They might be a so-called keyboard warrior, posting aggressively but anonymously online. But it's easy to snipe from the sidelines. If you're going to lead, you need to be out in front.
Paul can never hide behind his keyboard.
Doctor Who, famously against those SJW woke karate.
Mic drop. But,
I haven't dropped.
yes,
Fuck's sake.
Broton. I fucking remembered the other thing that I did this month that I was going to
made
talk
some
about.
croutons?
And it's Doctor Who fucking related.
Beg your pardon?
So,
What the hell did you do at that convention last time, Paul?
So a couple of weeks ago, Kath and I went on a long weekend.
I beg you. Do you want to close your ears off for this, mate?
Earmuffs, young man.
Close his ears to this, but he had to listen to the stories about you wanking.
Yes.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
not
it's
my
weirder
son.
listening to the stories of your dad wanking than your dad's friend.
Anyway,
Probably.
we went for a long weekend up to the Lake District, and we took a trip to Neil Cole's
Oh, yes, I saw this.
museums of science and
I
science
saw this.
fiction.
The one where
in-
either you
in
can't use a flash
Allendale.
or you can't turn on a light bulb.
No, it is atmospherically lit.
Dark as shit.
It's it's tiny. I mean, this museum is literally in the guy's basement, and it's.
I've got
a quarter of the size of this fine establishment.
That's because I'm just
It's
fucking flexing,
tiny.
mate. Just
It's
flexing about the size of my
fucking
calf.
But yeah, Neil was on Netflix about with a thing about putting the museum together. He was on Channel 5 on Friday.
Was he?
Yes. Yeah. Because
Does anyone watch Channel 5?
yeah. What's the fucking
It's
name?
been there since 1998, apparently.
5, 4,
No one
3,
watched it.
2, 1.
The only time anyone watched it was for the Russ
Half
Meyer
3, 2,
movies
1.
at 10 o'clock at, on a Friday.
Susan Calman, that's her name.
Topless darts.
Oh, yeah.
Susan Calman's got this travel
That's where I
show.
watched all, Faster Pussycat, Kill, and everything. I love Russ Meyer movies. Unapologetically, I think they're great.
Susan Calman, who's very much known as a Doctor Who fan, has
She
got
is.
a travel show at the moment, and
She has.
she visited, and that episode was on
She
yesterday.
did, and it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need to watch that on catch up. But
You do?
Neil's a lovely guy, and
He is.
He's a proper collector and preserver of this material. So these are all more, apart from the odd exception, these are all original costumes.
You go downstairs, he's got William Hartnell in Brian.
You know, and he's had people coming in and going, oh, you should get some of these modern
Things.
Monsters,
costumes,
copies, reversions,
Yeah.
whatever. You can get those
The
really
word is
easy,
replica.
but that's not the point of what he does. It is about preserving and presenting stuff for posterity.
So what's that about you presenting your posterity?
Presenting for posterity.
well.
But what I met for the first time was a costume.
An
that-
old friend.
Yeah, well, I'd never met this costume before, but it was from a film that didn't get made in the end, but I was involved in at least coming up with the story idea and the script for.
If we're talking about things that never get made but we're involved in, I'm involved in Fantastic Four because I've talked about it so fucking much.
Well, there was going to be a independent Ice Warrior movie done in the early 2000s by
Ultimate Warrior.
It was going to be directed by a guy called Matt Carter, and I put Matt together with the people to get the rights.
His brother went to Mars once.
I also put him together with the writer because he was like, right, we need a writer who knows how to do Ice Warriors. It's like, I know a guy from the pub who wrote a whole novel about Ice Warriors.
The pub.
Well, literally, it was.
That's green-lighted. Ha ha!
It was the Fitzroy Tavern. It's
Oh,
Craig
that
Hinton.
pub,
That
right,
pub.
okay.
Craig Hinton. And then it was like, we need a guy who can put together, redesign the Ice Warriors and put together
The what? Sorry?
Ice Warriors.
For a second, I thought you said Arse Warriors.
No.
Copyright reasons.
Yeah.
We have to be called Mr. Swippy.
I'm Bernard Bresslaw. I'm going to carry on.
Why do all Doctor Who monsters from the old days just whisper? Hello,
It's the easiest voice to
everyone.
do.
But now they whisper gold.
Always
caramel
believe in your
inside.
soul. You're indestructible.
So,
What a wizard, Harry! What the fuck? Doesn't believe in magic. It's fine.
But I
Only
you know,
science.
I knew I literally it's like I was doing the producer's job. I was basically putting the package together, and I found in my loft some old treatments. The storylines that Craig had written, and
Was it with your jumper?
I was amazed to find I actually put handwritten notes onto my copy of the first one, and obviously those notes were listened to because there's bits and pieces that were changed and are in the second treatment, and it's like I fucking need to finally read this script, and Neil does actually have it because Matt sold all the stuff eventually because the film didn't happen because the location they were going to use for it burnt down.
Unexpectedly.
Yeah, it was going to be historically based.
Convenient.
It was
It was a Zygon.
It was set in like.
teach you about stealing my whisper gimmick, you bastard.
It was set in like the 11th century with Vikings and shit like that. So they were going to use one of these sort of Viking reenactment settlements.
Jorvik.
But yeah, that
Hear me,
kind of
dickhead.
thing.
Do you want a Scotterson instead?
And but the fucking place burnt down, so they never ended up making the film, unfortunately. And but the script is there.
Jorvik's
And
too expensive.
I love the Yorkshire.
Neil, if you're
Yorkshire
listening,
icon.
just as a reminder, you did say you were going to do me a copy of the script.
You just said you've got one in your loft.
No, the treatment.
With his jumper.
Oh, okay.
Not the full script. I've
Sorry,
never
yeah.
actually read the full
The
script. so it's
treatment
gonna be-
written by ChatGPT.
it's
It's
going
back
to be-
time.
It's going to be interesting to look at that finally.
The
and
opening
see-
line is,
see,
"Paul, shut up."
What, if anything, can be done with that? But
The doctor enters.
I-
Paul, shut up.
but yeah, if you're ever anywhere near Allendale in North
Allendale?
Allendale,
Isn't
that's
he
what
the
it's
guy
called.
who was on Neighbours?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and Star Trek and
Jim
24
Robertson.
and everything.
And he fell on the floor and an
Yeah.
orange rolled past him when he died.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
But no, it's called
I've never been in
Allendale.
Allendale. Paul.
Allendale. And he has a Dalek outside, which is called the Alan Dalek.
Boo.
Is this still on?
Hey, I didn't come up with that. They had a whole fight with the local planning council about having a Dalek outside and shit. And so you go online, you'll find all the whole story about the Alan Dalek and that. But Alan Dalek, I cannot.
Is
recommend
it near the petrol? Is it near the petrol station with the Dalek on
I
it?
cannot recommend Neil Cole's science fiction museum enough, and Neil himself is an absolutely lovely chap, and he will welcome you with open arms, and he's got lots of fantastic stuff in there.
Well,
I really do
If he
recommend it.
welcomes people with open arms, then whenever I go, I expect a big cuddle.
Yes, a big cuddle. Would you like a cuddle now?
No.
Oh.
Don't touch me.
Anyway, that's the end of the Doctor Who news.
Paul.
Shut up, Paul, said the doctor. Right. Let's talk about some... you all right there?
Yeah. You said don't touch
I'm
you,
being
so I'm
touched
touching you.
inappropriately. Just send help. Bagel.
Bagel.
Will you stop with the bagels?
I almost got it.
Seriously.
Bagels.
No.
I don't care. No one throwing bagels, whether they miss or hit or whatever. Stop with the bagels. Right. Because it's time for any other business.
It's time
Any other
to
bagel?
talk about the weird and wacky things happening around the world with any other business.
Okay, our first any other business this month. Guess what? We're heading over to the home of any other business. It's Florida time.
Boy.
The Alachua County Sheriff's Office says deputies spotted a stolen vehicle on Interstate 75 near Gainesville in Florida just before 4 a.m. on Thursday, 21st of September. The deputies, thinking that they were dealing with car thieves, drew their guns and ordered those inside the car to step out. I have a quote here. Much to their surprise, deputies observed the 10-year-old male driver exit the vehicle along with his 11-year-old sister. The department said the children told deputies that the girl had been upset that their mother had taken away her electronic devices for misbehaving, so the boy was driving her to California. The children were interviewed by detectives who said there was no indication that they had been mistreated by their mother or anyone else in the home, and the mother declined to press charges. So the kids...
You're grounded, bitch.
You're taking your iPad away. I'm running away to California. Fuck you, Mum.
California, Uber alles.
Just like the idea that because this has happened when they go home, the mum's like, "No, I'm pressing charges. Fuck you, kids. You're in prison now."
It's just, at 10 years old, I wouldn't have even considered, being able to drive or having, thinking.
There are
Yeah,
lots
but
of
you-
massics
but you-
over
you-
there,
you-
though, aren't
you-
there?
True, yes.
But you can imagine in the States, especially the
got a
really
Tesla.
big rural areas.
Elon,
it's
send me to California.
It's very, very different because you've got lots of kids who have to learn to drive because they live on farms and they're like 20 miles away from their nearest neighbour.
True. Now, if they lived in the Everglades and they stolen a fan boat, I could understand that.
Doesn't you know what that reminds me of?
Gator.
Gentle Ben.
I read there was a
Gentle
news story.
Ben?
I didn't want to
Gentle
put it.
Ben.
I didn't want to put it in here because obviously it's because of the consequences. But yeah, a gator decided to just walk up on a golf course in Florida with half a man just sticking out of its arm, out of its mouth recently. and they had to kill the gator because obviously it's a man-eater.
What was it? Was it
It's a man.
Was it one of Trump's golf courses?
I have no idea. I didn't read too much into it, but yeah, this alligator just rolled up with half a
What
feather.
What?
If it was Trump,
No, I was going to say
no,
if
not
it was a
in the
Trump,
alligator's mouth,
if it
one
was
of
a Trump golf course, you would have been able to tell because he would have fed it a minority.
yeah, Trump's golf courses are in Mordor now, apparently, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, next story is not from a news website, but it's from Airbnb. What? Does anyone fancy staying at Shrek's house? Now you can, thanks to a listing on Airbnb. A complete recreation of the Swampland Hut will be available to book in Scotland from October 13th.
You should feel right at home, Joshua.
I heard about that. Somebody once
Are you
told
not
me.
paying attention?
So the listing on the website, I'm going to read this word for word. This is exactly what it says on Airbnb. It says, located in the hills of the Scottish Highland, Shrek's Swamp is a stumpy, secluded haven fit for a solitude-seeking ogre. And for the first time ever, a handful of his biggest fans, thanks to yours truly, and for the first time ever, a handful of his biggest fans, thanks to yours truly. I'm swamp sitting in while Shrek's away this Halloween, and I'm absolutely delighted to invite you in for a fairy tale stay. Oh, and never mind the beware signs, they're probably for decoration. Booking opens on October 13th, 6 p.m. for 1 and 2 night stays, up to 3 guests on October 27th.
I wonder if they have a white rabbit.
Nestled deep within... Thanks for the out of context clip there, Paul. Nestled deep within the
You're
forests
welcome.
of the Scottish Highlands and accented with the cosy comforts Shrek has accumulated over the years, the swamp offers a retreat like no other. This mud-laden, moss-covered, murky-watered oasis is a perfectly snug spot to escape from village life and embrace the beauty of nature. During a stay in this spectacularly secluded swampscape, you can relax in the ambience of...
Say that again.
During a stay in this spectacularly secluded swampscape...
Say it 12 times fast.
12 times fast. Relax in the ambience of earwax candlelight. Kick your feet up with a parfait. Everybody likes a parfait. Swap stories around the fire until late in the morning. Enjoy a stack of freshly made waffles in the morning. And, of course, enjoy the ultimate privacy of Shrek's trusted outhouse. You know the one. To honour the good childhood memories that last a lifetime, Airbnb will make a one-time donation to Hopscotch Children's Charity, which provides some of Scotland's most vulnerable and disadvantaged children with respite breaks through nurturing and dynamic holiday trips.
Ooh, cool.
Other things to note is that once you arrive and check in, our on-site concierge will ensure a comfortable stay for you and your pals, including showing you around and arranging meals. Please note that toilet, sink and shower facilities will be located off-site, approximately 20 metres away from Shrek's
Is Gingy
Here's the
concierge?
tree. Here's the outhouse. Here's the stage where Smash Mouth will play.
Except he died.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I do like how
It's now karaoke
You're going to be
Smash Mouth.
completely immersed in this secluded fairy tale setting, but the toilet's over there. You know.
Yes,
Well,
what
surely
the-
the
what
toilet's
was
the
that like,
outhouse.
Joshua, being immersed in this fairy tale world?
What? Josh Shrek now?
Okay, so let's see. So, by the way, as I mentioned before, the listing was written in the first person because the listing has been created by a user, Donkey, and their bio reads. Now, what voice am I going to do this in?
Donkey?
Okay. Wow, it's so nice to meet you. I'm Donkey, and I'm making magic with Airbnb to roll out the welcome mat this October. While I'm swamp sitting for Shrek, I have to be honest, I love everything about the swamp. The boulder out front, the modest interiors, the seclusion, ideal for singing karaoke late into the night. Wow! Well, you get the picture. I can't wait for guests to experience this muddy slice of paradise for themselves. I stick a banana in your tailpipe.
See?
My son is dead. My son is graveyard dead.
See?
That was Cat from Red Dwarf all day.
Shut up. Ah, dang.
Fish!
Ow!
Ow! This is mine and this is mine.
Okay.
I feel good.
Okay, right. I'm going to take us home now with one final Any Other Business story, and I think this is the best one we've had for a long time. Okay, I'm going to do this one step at a time so you can't read ahead.
Okay.
So, this is from lindaikaji'sblog.com.
What?
It's an aggregator of news stories
Okay.
from Nigeria and around the world,
Okay.
but mainly Nigeria. The police in Gwagwalada Area Council of the FCT, Nigeria, have arrested a man identified as Solomon over the disappearance of a woman's breasts inside a banking hall.
What?
According to Daily Trust, the incident happened around 2 p.m. on Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023, when a woman, identified as Janet, went into a branch of a New Generation bank in the area to deposit money. It was gathered that the woman, who was in a queue, claimed that the suspect who stood at her back brushed her on the shoulder and her breasts disappeared. A witness, Pamela, said that the woman collapsed as a result of dizziness and that she raised the alarm that her breasts had disappeared. I was going to do a voice then, but I'm not going to. This is a quote. One of the bank staff immediately invited the female security to move the lady into a bathroom to check herself properly. According to her, the lady pulled off her shirt and discovered that there was no breast left on her chest. There was no breast left on her chest. A situation which prompted the bank security to alert the police. Not the bank robber. You know, the fucking hell. The police came and picked up the suspect even as the lady's breasts were returned back to her after 20 minutes. What? The police source at the division who preferred anonymity confirmed the incident, saying that the suspect was helping the police with relevant information before the next line of action. So a man somehow stole this woman's tits from a bank.
Can I just
and
ask?
then magically they reappeared after 20 minutes.
Was this originally in English or was it in Nigerian?
This was in English on the website.
I'm sure that something somewhere has been lost in translation.
Oh, no, this woman's boobs
The
disappeared.
woman's mind is lost. That's what's happened.
It could be... What surgery? And then surgery to put them back 20 minutes later. Post-surgery just popped out and she shoved them back in again. She feels, it doesn't say anything about any kind of augmentation, in, out, or otherwise.
Just boobs missing.
Just she had boobs, then she didn't have boobs, then she had boobs again.
She got involuntarily transed.
Yeah. Rishi Sunak loves this story.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Well, I suppose it's...
He's like, see?
I suppose
this is
it's
what
better...
Antifa are
For
doing.
20 minutes, she was a man, and you can't argue with that. Apparently. Dickhead.
I suppose it's better than hearing from another Nigerian prince who wants to send us £20,000.
Very true, yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if a
I need you to
Nigerian
help smuggle
prince
boobs
emailed me and said, here, I want to donate you some breasts, I would probably go, okay.
I'll give you 10% of the boobs if you help me get them out of the country.
We do a black breast.
So I presume it was in a... I don't know how it would work.
Fucking hell, I've heard of Prince of Ties, but Prince of Tits is taking the mick, Jesus Christ. Anyway, that is all the any other business I've got. So I'm going to end our madness and hand it over to you. Let's go beyond the 50-foot nerds.
We're all out of
Bagel!
and topics for discussion.
No,
Don't do that.
no.
Now in charge.
You want to
Keep your beyond the
Yeah.
50-foot nerds.
You alright?
I'm fine.
Jolly
I
good.
don't tend not to talk over the sounders, Paul, but there we go. Right, okay, this is where we open it up to you. If you've got any
Yes.
questions about any old nonsense, then ask away. Who's first?
Who
I
wants
will
to
go
ask?
first.
Doug wants to go
Right.
first.
Oh.
We never do this. Well,
Go on.
we do, but before this comes on.
Right.
What have you watched recently? Any
What have I-
movies? That kind of
oh,
question.
yeah.
That is actually good.
As I
I
mentioned-
have actually seen something which I expected to be extraordinarily shit and
Well.
quite enjoyed it.
Well, in that vein, I watched Barbie,
Yeah.
and I really enjoyed it. It was really good, actually. I mean, I love Helen Mirren as the narrator. Didn't expect that. And the way she pops in at one point where Barbie's going, I feel ugly. And she just goes, yeah, using Margot Robbie to say this kind of lessens your point. Makes me it really made me laugh. But it's really good. And it ends on just the strangest note as well, the final line of the movie. So bizarre. But it's I didn't
I am
expect...
become Barbie, destroyer of worlds.
Yes. Now, I didn't expect a movie that's basically a 90-minute glorified toy commercial. I didn't expect it to basically break down and analyze the patriarchy, and then
But
also
That was
come
the
through
whole. That was the whole selling point.
Well, the way they do it in the movie,
Yeah.
it's just so not what I expected. It's brilliant. It is it's really, really good. And yeah,
I've definitely heard good things about it.
America, what's her name? Ferrari,
Chavez.
whatever. No. America Ferrera.
Yeah.
She's brilliant in the movie, and she has the most to say about what it is like to actually be a woman. And it's fantastic. She just delivers it so serious, comedically, but so seriously to the point where you have to go, yeah, I can't disagree with you, love. I mean, you can tell this is a movie that was written in the lockdown. Don't get me wrong. But, yeah, it's really good. Really good. What else have I been watching? I watched The Flash at last, which is 2 hours. I won't get
You
back.
okay?
Yeah.
You okay?
Fucking
Oh,
hell.
one
like
of.
it as well.
Did you see the quality of the babies?
Yeah. I saw the quality of fucking Henry Cavill,
It's
or
not
whatever
even a film.
monstrosity is that was
not.
pretending to be Henry Cavill.
It's barely a film.
It's awful. It is woefully dreadful.
Baby in a microwave. We have got baby in a microwave as a meme now, though.
I know, and scared dog. What the fuck was that all about?
Thing is, though, it was so shit in the beginning of the film. They put it on the end as well.
Yeah.
With the
Why would you
credits,
go back to that?
showing us the slow bits? It's like, you're not Deadpool.
Yeah.
Deadpool did this and well. Fuck off.
It's
Oh, he's
fucking awful. And there was another movie that I watched.
One
I'm
star.
trying to remember what it was. Oh, I watched Elemental.
Oh, I
Elemental.
yeah,
Yeah.
I need to
Oh,
see
yeah.
that.
I've seen that.
That's really good. I mean, when it first announced it was just like, oh yeah, water and fire fall in love. Oh, I thought, oh shit, fuck off.
Yeah,
But
it's a
it's
good.
actually really good. It's a
Yeah.
story about basically mixed race relationships, and you can tell it's written by someone who is the child of
Yep.
immigrants. It's really fucking good.
Yeah, it is. Like, I
Pixar
watched it.
movies always are.
I know, but
frankly.
it starts off slow, and I wasn't really into it. But then something happened, and I was like, whoa, okay. And it's the movie's not really full of celebrity names. It's not like, hey, here's Chris Pratt because he's Chris Pratt. It's literally like the most famous person in the cast that I could really pinpoint down was the mum off the Goldbergs. I forget her name now. She was on
Yeah.
Reno 911, all that. And the guy who plays the main water character in it, he was in Archive 81 on Netflix.
Okay.
But they didn't really have names in that movie. It was great. It was great to actually watch a movie and not be distracted by going, well, that's Anya Taylor-Joy, that's Jack Black, that's Charlie. You know what I mean? It wasn't just, hey, which celebrity can we get to voice this character? It was just like, okay, which actor can we get to voice this character?
Has
Yeah,
anybody
as-
watched Blue Beetle?
And I watched The Little Mermaid as well. What did you say? What you watched? What? Sorry,
Blue Beetle.
Blue People. Not yet.
Oh,
Not
has that
yet.
come out now?
I've
I'm being-
not
that
not seen it yet, but Josh
We need
has.
to. We
Surprisingly,
need to go watch that.
I'm gonna watch it.
Very,
but
very, very okay film with 2 fucking outstanding needle drops.
Cool.
it is something I need to watch, but it just seems like any other superhero origin to me.
Yeah.
In the trailers and stuff I've seen.
There's a
But
nice little bit of body horror in it.
Oh really?
Ooh.
Okay.
It's,
Well,
I think for me, if you've seen it, for me, you've got the best DC film of late for me was Shazam.
the first
And
Shazam.
it's- yeah.
Shazam I saw in 4DX
Okay.
in New York, and it was like we walked out of that, and Joshua and I again went and saw that together, and it was like we both walked out of it, and we did feel like we had been beaten up.
Yeah, no. Well, with that film, it feels to me like yes, it's got
Like when we
the
came out of the
massive
Batman.
ethnic part to it, which is
Yes.
deserved and wonderful.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it felt
yeah.
pummeled.
But
yeah,
what
yeah.
you've got is whichever kids went to watch Shazam have now grown up a little bit,
Yeah.
and this film is just it's for them. It's
Yeah.
like mid-teens, a little bit of body horror. The comedy is very, very okay.
Did you watch Cobra Kai?
No.
Sholo, who obviously plays Jaime Reyes in Blue Beetle, he's one of the leads in Cobra Kai. He is so good. He is basically going. His career is just going to go stratospheric.
I absolutely love the way that the Blue Beetle,
the Blue Beetle.
bleep, bleep, blah, bloop, bleep, blah, bloop, bloop,
The
bloop.
Blee Bootle.
Yeah.
The Blue Beetle.
The
He gets his
Blue-
powers from the Strand, the
Blue-
shopping centre.
The Blue Beetle looks amazing.
I was going to stop. I was about to say something really incendiary. Then, and I
It's
stopped
so
myself.
comics accurate,
It
isn't it?
looks amazing. And do you know what as well? This isn't a spoiler. When he talks, the jaw moves and the mask doesn't. So it kind of comes down and it's awesome.
Awesome.
You know, one of the suggestions for who they should get to play Ted Cord, I really like.
Is it Jason Sudeikis?
Jason Sudeikis
Yes.
as Ted Cord would be perfect.
Jason Sudeikis as Ted Cord, and if you're going to go age appropriate for Booster Gold, then you've got to go with Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
Although he's already going to be Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
Although one thing I'd want to see is as well that you could do with those characters is, did any of you watch the Batman Brave and the Bold?
Yes. Yes,
Bits
I did,
and
yeah.
pieces.
With the
No,
Blue
I
Beetle in
didn't
there.
watch it as much as some.
Oh my god! I know who the perfect Booster Gold is. If you're going to be doing DCEU and you're going to bring in Jason Sudeikis as the Ted Cord Blue Beetle, the guy who plays Dennis on Always Sunny would be brilliant as Booster
I
Gold.
don't know him.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Because he could be just so egotistical, but also fucking charismatic as well at the same time.
Yeah.
And literally, he could be, "I am a golden god." He could literally say that.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Yes,
I
Hollywood, do it. James Gunn.
I was thinking,
Yeah.
I was thinking Blue Beetle and like the episodes where they meet the Huntress and Blue Beetle just spends half the time being like, "Oh my god, it's the Huntress," and like proper like
Gushing over her.
yeah.
See, when you say that, I just think of, do you remember Freakazoid back in the day? Hunt,
Yeah,
hunt,
yeah.
hunt, he's the huntsman. I was thinking that. I mean, the fucking great
Yeah.
fucking used to be
Oh
in
my
parody.
my. Oh fuck.
It's taking
I-
forever to get
I want a Freakazoid movie would be fun.
You couldn't do a live action
you couldn't do.
Freakazoid movie. It just
No,
couldn't be done.
I mean like an animated one. Or
Oh, an
something like that,
an
yeah.
animated Freakazoid movie would be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
But because it
having
is
having
so-
Candlejack in it because that.
The thing is it's a sketch show. So I don't know if you could do a sketch show as a movie. It
Yeah.
ended up coming off like movie 41.
I'm back by the way.
You watched that?
I was making a Candlejack joke.
Oh, okay.
Because I said the name Candlejack, and when you say Candlejack,
Okay, cool. Yeah, cheers.
Yeah.
No, that was you just reminded me of another movie I watched. I watched The Little Mermaid, the live action Little Mermaid.
I've still
Yeah.
not done the live actions.
It's surprisingly okay.
I watched the very, very, very beginning of it because I was having to go to work.
It does what it
Yeah.
needs to do. It's overlong, but it does what it needs to. It's overlong, and then it rushes the end. Like in the animated movie when Ursula becomes human and steals the
Spoilers?
prince. When Ursula becomes human and steals the prince and everything like that, that's a fair chunk of that movie. Whereas in the live action version, it's just like, haha, I'm evil Ursula. Oh no, I'm an octopus now. That's literally it. Literally, it's no. I like the extra song that they put in because Aquafina's playing Scuttle. So because they've got it there.
Anything Aquafina does is
Because
really, really
they've got
good.
her there, and the Hamilton fella is doing the additional songs. They gave her a rap song to do
Nice.
called Scuttlebutt, and it's really good. It's the one extra thing they added into the movie. I was like,
really
okay, that's
feel
fine.
I should get round to watching her sitcom because Nora from Queens.
Yeah.
It's just everything I've seen her in.
I don't mind when
really
she pops
like
up
her.
in stuff, but I couldn't sit and just watch her constantly. I couldn't have her as a main character.
It's like I got round to watching Crazy Rich Asians recently, and she's in that. And
Well, I saw her in Ocean's 13. Not Ocean's 13.
Ocean's 8.
Ocean's 8, and she's okay in that.
Yeah, she's great in that, and Shang-Chi. And
What other
Yeah.
movies?
She is the lady from Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
That
She's okay in
beautiful Asian woman has got Miley Cyrus's voice. Close your eyes next
a
time
little
you see
bit,
it.
yeah.
You will not unhear that now.
I do like her in.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I do like her in Jumanji: The Next Level, where when she's Danny DeVito,
literally
she's
just
really good.
literally just watch that.
Yeah.
Literally just
That's
watch
okay,
that.
that's
But,
a fun
speaking of things I've just watched, so disappointed by Indiana Jones.
I haven't seen it yet.
It
Oh yeah, we saw
was
that
on
in
my
the
list.
cinema.
It was
Right.
I have it.
I have
to
thoughts.
borrow from another podcast that we listened to. It was mid.
Oh, don't
Indiana
say mid.
Jones.
That's the worst word in the world.
Yeah.
Like-
Fuck off. No, seriously, don't say fucking mid. Say middle of the fucking road like a normal human being. Don't use abbreviation. It's mid. Fuck off. Use actual words.
How concerned are you about spoilers and stuff, Mike? At
I'm
this
not
stage?
really that
You're not that
bothered.
bothered. Have you seen it?
Yes.
I can tell you, he's an old man.
He is an
That's
old man.
it.
He gets
I
out the
do-
chair. He gets out the chair in the beginning. He's got no shirt and he's looking at there.
He's an
literally
old man
saying,
who wears a hat.
Look at this old man.
Harrison Ford does not play Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is basically the character that what's her face is Phoebe Waller-Bridge is playing.
Yeah.
She is playing Indiana Jones. He is playing this old bloke who tags along for the ride.
But
He's playing me.
the ending,
Yeah.
you can all get fucked. I don't care what you think of me. The ending,
Yeah.
Marion tips up. She comes back. She hurts herself, and he says, "Are you okay?" He goes, "Where does it hurt?" She goes, "Here." Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
I was nearly fucking crying. I was like going.
And then
Yeah.
and then
So-
And they kissed, and the film ends, and I was happy.
One
But
thing,
she was a child, Doug. She was a child.
She
One-
was
one-
old
one-
enough.
I really
One
don't,
of the-
I genuinely don't think we earned that though. Something like that.
I did.
You need to is a thing that you have to earn by stuff that happens previously in the movie.
It was
And
so.
it's literally tacked on at the end. It's not
one
there.
of
Until
the
the
things
end, I
will
wasn't
say about
satisfied
this
with the
film,
film. When that bit happened, I was like, "Yeah, go
When
for it."
Paul Bearer
It's,
showed up.
Paul Bearer, yeah.
it's basically now that's what I call an Indiana Jones movie. It's a best of compilation.
No, I will say about that film though. Fuck.
Will you
the,
say
the
about
point's
that
gone.
movie?
Yeah. There were two things. One that I realised that's intensely personal, which was the fact that I've jokingly called the drum machine that I use in one of my bands, Antikythera, as a pseudonym, so people would think it's a real person, and now that joke's just out the window because people know it's a fucking machine now. But the other thing is, I remember where I was going with this. Do you remember when we did the thing and there was that guy who was like, "Oh, I saw a pre-screening and this Indiana Jones is all SJW, and then this woman takes over from him and he walks off into the past and disappears," or whatever the fuck, because he saves a woman.
I don't remember this.
It was a thing where some guy was like, "Oh, I saw a pre-screening and nobody liked it because past indie."
I don't remember this at
Yeah,
all.
past indie saved this woman by taking a bullet or something, and then which made normal indie disappear or some shit, and then she became Indiana Jones so they could spin it off to a new.
Oh, a news right.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
that
you said
thing.
there was someone here who was speaking to us. No, it was a
No,
news story
it
that
was
I
a
reading
news
out,
story,
yeah.
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 And obviously that didn't happen because clearly that's not how that fucking works. Although I will say,
Movies do
when-
change in pre-production based upon.
I will
screenings.
say that
post-production,
when
sorry.
it got to the end, it was 2 hours in, and then they're like, "Oh, we've just gone back in time." Spoilers. And then I was like, "Well, sorry, did you?"
No,
not?
it's fine. It's fine.
I thought you just said you weren't
I
bothered about
forgot-
spoilers.
No, it's fine. I forgot we don't have a video element this month, so
Right,
no one would have seen that face.
So when it did that, I was like, "Is this going to pull a two-parter and be a secret two-part film?" And then they were there. They were there for 2 minutes, and then came back. I was like,
To be
"Oh,
fair, the
all
last
right
one
then."
was a secret
I guess.
aliens movie, so it's
Yeah, fair point.
yeah. Anyway,
But,
No
but-
one,
and-
no one got fridge nuked though. So
no, this time round. Yeah.
You know, the best film I've watched recently, 1947 version of Hamlet with Laurence Olivier.
Oh, okay.
5 stars, and it's got 2 Doctor Who's in it.
There's a movie
My-
I watched
my-
recently. I forgot about. I watched Tenet.
Yeah, have you literally only just watched that?
Yeah. It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's awesome. Fucking saw that at the cinema.
I wouldn't say it was
That-
awesome.
That was that. I watched that when it came
I
out
don't
of the
think I'm
cinema.
the
So we
target
were
audience for
we
Tenet.
were watching
the
it
bits I saw, I
socially
fucking hated.
distanced, weren't we?
No, I would-
in the cinema, Joshua.
I
It
wouldn't
didn't
say it was
deserve the
awful.
shit it got.
No.
Because it was doing new shit.
Yeah,
Now, let people do the new shit, appreciate it, let people get better at it, and then you love something.
Isn't Denzel Jr. really good?
Denzel Jr.
That's Denzel Washington's son.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Did
okay.
you not know that?
I didn't even clock onto it, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
that's why it's
He's
called
all right,
Denzel Jr.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought it could have been related to the guy from Only Fools and Horses. I don't know.
Oh yeah, fair point.
yeah, I just refer to him
This
as
is a
Denzel
joke for
Jr.
people
But
of a
he's
certain
really
age.
good. He's really good.
No, I thought it was okay. I love the sequence where they go into that battle, but some of them are basically have already been there, and some of them are going in, and they have 10 minutes of the same thing. So it's basically
Yeah, but-
a battle that takes place over 20 minutes, but some of them are going to do it. Some of them have just done it off 10 minutes. It's mind-boggling to wrap your head around. It's really good.
And it's one of the reasons I wasn't worried about Robert Pattinson as the Batman, because I'd seen him in this, and it's like, yes, I can now finally forget sparkly fucking vampires.
Can you forget Tamwar from EastEnders? Because he crashed a plane into a building.
What?
The kid who played Tamwar on it, he was in there that yesterday, the Beatles movie. He's in Tenet. He crashes a plane into a building and then waits on a boat. That's basically all he does in this.
Okay.
Again, he's a good actor. I love him in Yesterday.
He's good. It's weird seeing him with a beard, but sure.
Is Yesterday the one where the guy goes back in time and reinvents the...
He steals the Beatles music, He's Mr. Plagiarism.
Well, no.
And then, it ends with John Lennon drowning him in a fish tank.
The universe hiccups, and for some reason, a number of things disappear, including the Beatles.
Right.
Okay.
Just there's no explanation why. It just happened.
They all drowned in a fish tank. There we go. John got to
Booster Gold.
Yeah.
The Nazis that went back to Roman times. That's what happened.
How often do you think about the Roman Empire? Anyway, that's a whole thing.
Let's not go there.
So that's.
What did the Romans ever do for us?
So questions from the audience, as it's supposed to be now. Who's got a question?
I know he
you
does.
Have. Go on. What's the shittest piece of tech?
The shittest piece of tech.
That door that didn't open far enough for that poor fucking stormtrooper.
That's a good shout.
Yeah, they should have Star Trek it and gone that way.
Mike,
but no, it had to go
we've already answered this.
Have we?
Yeah. Well, it's not the shittest. It's the most dodgy. It's that weird ray that Dr. Brown uses. Brown uses to just knock out Jennifer. He's like, hey, look at this.
It's digital roofies.
Yeah. It's that stick in Back to the Future 2 when Jennifer's in the car and he pulls it in and knocks it out.
It's like a neuralize.
What he was planning to do to Marty Jr. in the future so that Marty could take his place.
It's like
if they were easily accessible in the future, then you could literally knock someone out and rape them.
Yeah, it was like a neuralizer combined with Rohypnol.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
the Rohypnolizer. Oh, that's bad. I'm sorry, I didn't need to say that one.
To be fair, that's a better name than rape stick, which is what we used.
Yeah, we got in a lot of trouble for saying that, but whatever.
Well, no, we didn't from the people. We did from some one guy.
because we were doing it on a charity podcast. We started.
Oh, that. Because I wasn't on that show.
No, we were addressing it and addressing it and basically saying this is problematic.
I will clarify for people who may have jumped in later and for the audience who may not have heard it. Okay, so way back in the day when we first started doing the podcast, Hurricane Sandy hit New Jersey and there was all the floods and everything like that. And there was a 24-hour podcast-a-thon going on.
Back during the Kanye West on the news being like George Bush doesn't care about brown people.
This is when we first started, like 2012 or something like that. So because they wanted a bunch of podcasts to come on and be part of it, we said, we'll volunteer. So we recorded an hour-long show to be part of that.
Yes.
And obviously it was pre-recorded. I sent it to them. They listened to it, said, that's fine, and put it out on the feed. We're on the live chat during the feed, and someone starts kicking off basically because we're talking about this rape stick, joking about Back to the Future, saying that Doc Brown could be a rapist in the future. We start getting this message from someone saying, I was abused as a child and this isn't funny and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, mate, we're making fun of a movie. It's not a real thing that happened. No one actually got abused. It's speculation, comedy formats, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And they were kicking off for ages and stuff like that. Eventually I apologized and said, look, if you're taking offense at it, sorry, but it's not real. Essentially, I'm sorry if
it's pre-recorded. We can't change this.
Yeah, it's not going to change anything. So, but we didn't get in trouble with the podcast, the charity organizer or anything like that, and we raised a lot of money.
Was it something to do with Smod? Because they did one. I remember them.
No, it wasn't that. There was related. I think Ming Chen was part of it or something like that.
Yeah.
Or there was a few Smodcast related pods that were a part of it.
Yeah.
I think Get Up on This was part of it a long time ago.
God,
really? Yeah, a long time.
Pug nuts.
Yeah, pug nuts and all that. Yeah. So it was all back then. But I say we didn't get in any trouble for it. But it just meant that after that had gone out, I kept that in the archive for quite some time. It was only a few years later that I actually
I mean,
put out
there
since
was
NER they've called it the controversial pod for Sandy.
yes.
Is,
There was only one other podcast that we did like that where we kept it for a while, which was the commentary for Cool World.
Oh, the Cool World commentary, yes.
Which, from a title, doesn't sound like.
You know,
it
the
do-
Brad
do-
Pitt
doesn't
movie.
sound. Yeah.
It's basically the what's the man who did Fritz the Cat?
Brad Pitt
No,
was in it.
well,
wasn't
Brad
it?
Pitt's in it, but what's
Yeah.
the guy who directed Fritz the Cat and everything?
I've forgotten.
Oh, that
But yeah, it was
the
it's a
nostalgia
weird-
critic doesn't like him. That
Yeah.
guy. Yeah. I forget his name right, but it's basically the Who Framed Roger version in of a really adult cartoon universe.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
one
yeah.
of Brad Pitt's first movies.
Kim
Mhm.
Basinger does
Kim
the
Basinger is
voice.
it, yeah.
Gabriel Burns
Gabriel
is.
Byrne. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's got a great cast.
I love that.
Uh-huh.
But our podcast
never
that
seen
was a
it.
bit.
Yeah, we did.
I'm
We did
aware-
that.
You
and it
should
was-
see it. You'll like it.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies I'm aware of because I remember seeing the one-sheet advertising poster on the back of so many American
Yeah.
comics I had at the time.
Yeah.
It was advertised so much in like Nintendo magazines
Yeah.
back in the day because obviously there was a
And
time
it's
video
not for
games and
kids.
stuff. No, not
No.
at all. No.
There are no
Hollywood
kids in this audience, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Not a single one. Just a
But
hard
no,
dog
if you listen to that commentary, you will hear the joke.
You send
that
it.
What?
We send it, man.
Yeah,
It's
on the YouTube and
on
everything.
the.
It's on the. Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought you were saying it
So-
was in the
It's in the
archive.
I mean, I
It's
can.
out.
No, we archived it for a bit and then we released it later on
It's
to
like
get
Disney.
distance. Yeah.
All the pub-
It was retired for a while, and then they brought it back.
Everything that we've ever released publicly is available over on our YouTube channel.
Yes, on the
if you
archive
just
channel.
search
Plug.
50-foot podcast.
To be fair,
Did
I'm
you
not,
just
I'm,
say butt plug?
I'm not that bothered about the YouTube part of it.
Plug,
Don't talk
plug.
over me. I'm plugging you.
Right.
Because I'm a Patreon, so
Yes,
I pay
you are
my
a
£1 a month.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
get to do all of that anyway.
And
Get
if you
Yeah,
want to
people.
go
stuff and
Patreon,
things.
get all access to all extra materials, then you can do that over at
You can.
patreon.com/50footnerds.
Woohoo!
F50Y after
Woo, woo, woo.
NERDS. Anyway, yeah, so that got archived for a while, but it's out now, and
Uh-huh.
anyone can listen to it. Yeah. If you
can.
want to hear what was so controversial, go and listen to it.
Yeah.
We're not going to give it away for free here. We'll give it away for free on YouTube. But in terms, I would say the digital rehypnol would be the worst piece of technology in science fiction.
Yeah. Going back to the.
Imagine if he said sonic screwdriver. You'd fucking lose your mind, wouldn't you? That'd be amazing. Yeah, shit, I don't like that.
I love a bit of sonic screwdriver.
It's got 3 speeds.
I've got a shelf full, and I've made room for the new one once I get that.
Not
Do
on
you
the
know what
shelf.
is what I don't like though? A laser wrench.
A non-copyright specific sonic
Yeah.
spanner.
You've given me plenty of time to think about it, and it's a bit of a rubbish answer, but Ed 209.
Oh, he's great.
No,
Yeah,
it's rubbish.
It's great.
Ed 209.
I mean, it
because,
falls over,
because,
but-
because just like Daleks, it has trouble with stairs.
So?
Ed 2, you basically design this robot as a guard dog, and then you put
All right, okay. Tanks have difficulty with stairs. Do you think tanks are ineffective, Paul?
tanks
I mean,
aren't meant
You're
to
running
go
up the
upstairs.
stairs.
Exactly
He's got
now,
2
there's
massive
F209.
miniguns as arms. and
Yes,
just
Ed
shoot through you.
209 fucking is, because
It's
they
not
fucking
meant to go
seem-
upstairs. It fell down some stairs, but it's not meant to walk up them. It's
And-
meant for
and-
urban pacification. It's
And
supposed to
then,
walk on the
and
streets,
then
Paul.
it falls on its back, and it can't move like a fucking turtle.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's not really meant to fall on its back. It's supposed to walk along
I
the
think
streets.
I mean, to be fair, it was a prototype.
Yeah, it was a walking tank. It was basically Metal Gear, is what it is. If you
Yeah.
think about it, it's a small version of Metal Gear.
Ed 209.
Well, so, what do you think is the worst piece of sci-fi
I'm going
tech?
with the door. Honestly, it pisses me off every
could
time I
put the
see it. It
door.
really fucking winds me up.
the worst piece of technology, the door.
The door in Star Wars that hits him on the top of the head.
Fair enough.
Absolutely
Bonk.
fucking stupid.
Okay. Any other questions?
Anyone else?
Jay, you got one? No question? No. Nothing at all.
Connor, do you have a
Come on,
question?
you got to have a question. No.
No.
Not even just like, how's your day been? Or anything like that.
How's
No.
David?
No, how's your day been?
Oh,
Fuck's
how's
sake.
David?
You know,
Who's David?
I'm glad you don't just do that to me.
No, like I genuinely mishear people.
All right, fine. Well, my day's gone very well. Thanks for not asking. Prick. Right.
What the?
on that bombshell.
Do you want
Abuse the
fucking
children.
flag, mate?
On that bombshell, we're going to leave the show there. Thank you to the audience, you pricks, for coming to the show. And thank you to Doug for having us here.
Welcome.
Don't forget, as I say, our next shows, the big shows that we've got booked in is HalloCon, 29th of October at Leisure Castle, 50-foot Throwdown on the 11th of November, Hot Water Comedy at Blackwalker Market, Liverpool, Sectorcon, 26th of November at New Brighton Forum Pavilion, and Liverpool Anime and Gaming Con, 4th of February at Aintree Racecourse. There's going to be shows, obviously, or regular shows going on between now and then. There will be a show in November. Whether it's one that's recorded live here or whether it's a home show, we don't know just yet. I need to speak to more about that because she didn't turn up until literally 2 seconds before we started recording. And we're back in, obviously, here in December, definitely either way, for our Christmas special, which... we're going to have some fun, as we normally do at our Christmas specials.
I wonder what the fuck's going to happen this time.
Oh, I guess we'll have to wait and see and find out.
It's another Back to the Future.
Well, who knows? Until next time, then, don't forget that you can follow us on all the social medias, on the Facebook, on the YouTubes. Go to all those places. You can
On the threads.
Well, I don't really use it, to be honest with you. If you want to use it, then by all means, feel free. You can buy merchandise if you want over at tinyurl.com/50-foot store. That's 50FT store. And again, as we mentioned before, join us on Patreon for as little as £1 a month. It's over at patreon.com/50footnerds. FIFTYFOOTNERDS. If you want to email us, you can do so. If you don't want to wait for the show, if you don't want to contact us on the socials, then drop us a line on email. You can do that over at 50footnerds@gmail.com. That's FIFTYFOOTNERDS.com.
Just don't send us any tinned meat products.
Yeah, we don't accept tinned meat products.
No, and also they can get if they want to. What's the URL for the show? November 11th?
Oh, November 11th, you can buy your tickets over at hotwatercomedy.co.uk. Tickets are priced at £9 plus.
We've got the Bitly link as well, haven't we?
We do. I don't know what it is off the top of my head right now.
Right, fair enough.
But yeah, just go to Hot Water Comedy and you'll find it there.
Yeah, you will.
Or look for all the shows.
Just
in
become a
November.
Patreon and you'll get all this sent to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a fucking
nice
pound.
and easy.
Join
Nice
our
and easy.
Patreon.
I did.
I need to sort that Patreon out and do because you can do collections now. You can put stuff in. So if you only want to see the quick bites articles
The
that I
bits
do,
with me. So if you only want to see the bits with me on,
you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
nice. Cool.
So if you want to see quick bites, I'll get a collection of quick bites up there. I need to do a new one actually. To be honest, I keep forgetting. I'm so busy right now. If you want to just see hear live shows, you can hear live shows. If you want to see video versions of our shows, I'll put video versions on collections as well. We'll get everything sorted. Even Patreon exclusive materials, such as like when we go on the radio or when we go on the telly or anything like that.
Yes.
It's it's
I will
all
get
there.
some footage
There's
behind
exclusive commentaries as well. They're on there. And
the
there's a lot of stuff over on that Patreon.
Yeah. I will try and get some behind the scenes stuff from that November live show as well.
Yeah.
We do it at Hot Water, so you'll get that on
I'm going to
Patreon.
try and get down to Hot Water before November the 11th. Obviously, I want to do a little recon to see what the stage is like and what the setup can be and everything like that. So I'll try and film some stuff to throw on there. So until next time, then, I've stolen a woman's tits.
I still think Rishi Sunak's a cunt.
I've been a Scottish bank manager.
Still.
And I keep hitting my head on really shit sci-fi doors.
Until next time, we'll see you either here or there or wherever. Geek out!
If you've enjoyed the nerdom in your ears, then why not follow us on Twitter at 50footnerds. You can follow Mike at Mike G. Bell, Amara at Voltsevexoth and at Amara Lunera, and Paul is on at Auton Scouser. Our website is 50footnerds.co.uk. That's FIFTYFOOTNERDS.co.uk. You can find all of our YouTube content at video.50footnerds.co.uk or search youtube.com/50footnerds. All of our episodes are archived over at bit.ly/50footnerdsarchive. That's 50FTNERDS archive. You can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds. Email us at 50footnerds@gmail.com or join our Patreon at patreon.com/50footnerds. If you'd like to buy our merchandise, you can visit us over at tinyurl.com/50footstore. That's 50FT store. All of these links and more are available at our Linktree page, That's linktr.ee/50footnerds. FIFTYFOOTNERDS.